Well, welcome everybody to the Fat Chat. This is episode 9.
Yeah.
We made it thus far. We're getting close to the end of the season.
How many episodes in the season, though?
10.
Okay.
10.
Número 9.
We're on episode 9, and we have no one other than a pioneer of the nightlife.
Thank you.
DJ. We could even say a mogul of the nightlife, right?
That's kind of a big word. How do you spell that?
M-O-U-G. This dude is a DJ. He is a business owner. Oh, has been a
entrepreneur.
Spell entrepreneur, though.
Give me my phone real quick.
Yo. Hey, Siri. Everybody's phones go off.
Wow. Spell entrepreneur.
Mine did, look.
She'll spell it.
Spell entrepreneur.
But keep it going. Yo, we'd like to introduce you to DJ Niño.
Woo!
Hey. That's it.
I'm waiting for the audience to kick in. Okay, yeah. Thank you. Hey.
We welcome you,
We
DJ
also got a live
Niño.
audience. You know, if you didn't know.
Tell me you got sound effects in there. You gotta have the sound effects, bro.
I am going to work on those. That's season two.
Season 2. Give us a second.
Season 2 will have all the...
You need the horn. You need the...
Right.
Okay, you need that too.
So that was the introduction for DJ Niño. To his right, we have DJ Fat.
Yo.
To his right, we have Dez.
Hey, we got Des in the building.
Ooh, she really rocking.
To her right, to her right, if we keep going in a circle, we have DJ Tito Flu.
What's up?
Hey.
And yours truly, Ashley Apples.
I like that. See how you flew through that? Hey.
Sure
Free yourself. Drink one time for the club.
Ooh, wait.
Why apples, though?
What? Why?
Great question.
That's actually a great question.
So, growing up, I got bullied a lot, and the bullying came up with Ashley. Ashley was always like Ashy this and 99 cents skippies and all this other shit.
Where are you originally from?
I was born and raised in Hartford.
Okay, so Hartford people are making fun of you.
Hartford people, my own people were making fun of me. Oh yeah.
Knowing that they were in the same situation.
Yeah,
Right.
They
was all ashy too. But when I first created my Instagram account, I put in Ashley, and at that time, there was a lot of people named Ashley. So it automatically populated something with apples. So ever since ever since then, I just kind of like try to finesse it to where it looked okay while it was spelled out. So I was always Ashy Apple 12 for like God knows how many years.
That was your MSN Messenger name, wasn't it?
AIM.
Ooh, AIM. Ooh. ASL?
Yeah.
ASL?
That's funny because Donald Glover, I don't know, Childish Gambino.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he has a similar story to that too. So he was Donald Glover. You know, he's on TV. He does movies, and he's a rapper. And he literally like went on the internet and then put his name on like a rapper's, like, you write your name and they give you your rapper name.
Oh.
And so he put Donald Glover, his real name, and then they gave him Childish Gambino. And so when as soon as he had that, that's what he made his artist name.
Dope.
And he rolled with it, bro. And the dude is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
He's amazing. So no, that's dope. That's dope.
That's so super dope. I didn't know that about Childish Gambino.
Fucking 9 episodes. I didn't know that's how you got your name.
Yeah, that's how I got my name.
Really?
Originally because of bullying. Yeah.
So we over here just, getting to know each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's I guess you could say that's the beauty of the Fat Chat, because we all know each other, but do we really know each other? We see each other every single
do people
weekend.
really know the real Niño? Do they know?
Right.
Niño, I know where you're going. Though. Trust me, we got it.
Wow.
Save yourself.
I don't know where
you're
you're
gonna find out some interesting things about Niño throughout his nightlife. We're gonna keep it straight nightlife, because I know he's a real private man with his private life.
Yes.
So yeah, let's get right into it.
Right.
So the Fat Chat, as I'm blowing on my hookah smoke, the Fat Chat is something that we started off because when I started in the nightlife, it was hard to start in the nightlife by just being what I look like. Like on the onset, when somebody looks at me, nobody will ever guess, yo, she works in the nightlife. Why? Because everybody in the nightlife look a certain way. What I go with,
we all got guts. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not all of us.
Okay.
But when I started in the nightlife, I really wanted to get into the nightlife, whether it was bartending or doing the hookahs or even owning my own spot one day. But I've always wanted to have something to do with what I call fun. And I love music. I love being outside, what we call outside today.
We outside. We outside.
Estamos
I
afuera.
was just going to say that. Shout out to DJ DR, who actually had a birthday last week, right?
Whoa,
Word,
and
word.
he was really outside.
I don't know. I don't follow him on social media. But yeah, I heard
you
I heard
follow his social media. He's lit.
I heard it was a lit week, whatever. But so yeah, the Fat Chat. So that was I needed an outlet. I needed a creative outlet, and I wanted to, I guess, join the bandwagon where everybody was creating podcasts. I got it really into podcasts. I started following podcasts, listening to podcasts, and I was like, yo, the cake decorating was great. I was successful at it, but like,
You did cake decorating too?
yeah.
I didn't know.
I did that. I did painting. I even got into the Hartford Art Show, the theater, when I was 12. Like I got accepted into the art school of Minnesota when I was 12. Couldn't go because my mom was like, "You ain't leaving my site. You ain't going to no boarding school in Minnesota. We live in Connecticut." So yeah, I needed another creative outlet to deal with.
You guys didn't see that, did you? Why, you saw that?
Well played. I heard it and saw it. Well played.
I heard the can opening. Was that the thing?
The finishing.
Oh, well, yeah. So that's what the podcast where the podcast was born, because I wanted to shed light on people in the nightlife that
Who are not skinny.
look like me, who are not skinny.
No, not necessarily.
can we
Not necessarily.
Right.
So
Because that's what I'm understanding from all of this.
No. It's not
No, it's not
necessarily
just that.
So I would say from the first episode to episode 9 that we're at now, it has grown into something more. You know, we've had people here who have stayed fit in the nightlife. I guess the nightlife is what connects us all.
Right.
However,
Because I was starting to think you invited me because I'm fat.
No. Absolutely not.
Okay.
It's
That's not
to
the
invite
only
you-
reason.
It's also because of so you personally, to invite you is to talk about, you know, where you came from, how it started, where you got to where you at, you know, and then we do talk about, you know, your weight and how you stay healthy and how you've gotten to where you've at. And so we do talk about all that. We're gonna ask you these questions.
The good and the
we
bad.
ask everybody. Yeah. But it's good. I feel like it's a good stepping stone for a lot of people who maybe want to join the nightlife, or maybe want to do something, or maybe they're second guessing themselves because of the certain way that they look. So we're kind of exposing all that, and we're talking about all that. So we're bringing guests who, you know, personally we know, and who have played a big role in this whole nightlife in the years, you know, et cetera, et cetera.
That's dope. You know, many people, or at least from my point of view, don't really, I don't want to say don't care about the nightlife, but they don't take it seriously as a job. So for her to like, I really want to get into nightlife, that makes me feel really good.
Yeah.
Because it means people are paying attention. And for the most part, I don't think people really do.
No,
they just like, you know, they copy what's in the surface. Like, okay, he's doing that. Well, I'm going to do the same.
I'm going to do the same. Yeah.
There's more to it than just that.
But there,
Right.
there's
That's
a
dope.
beauty. There's a beauty of being in it for so long that you see the people that do just what you just said. You know, there's a certain few people that you can look at and be like, fuck, they've been in this shit for over a decade or over 2 decades. And then you see the people that, exactly, you know, that's the reason why. And we've mentioned you on this podcast, and we've talked about wanting to bring you and you coming. Because you do get a lot of copycats that just simply walk into a space and say, oh, I can do this. And they try it and they last 3 months and it's gone. It's a lot more than people what people perceive as to what we do. And that's also an extra thing to the Fat Chat. You know, like, again, we've brought people that have been in it for maybe a few years, decades, you know, have been really like fluctuated in their weight throughout this whole process, you know, dealing with the nightlife, dealing with the weird timing and hours, you know, not working a 9 to 5, but working a 5 to fucking 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, you know, it's, and having, you know, family and taking care of kids and all this shit exists in the, you know, with these people.
Curse, right?
Oh, I fucking curse all the time. Don't worry.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Fuck yes,
Fuck
bro.
yeah.
I don't hold my, bro, I got no hair on my tongue, man. I curse. I don't give a fuck. It's a part of my expression.
Okay, I just wanted to ask.
So let's keep it going. So Niño, I'd like to ask you, you know, when did you start this whole thing?
Okay. So I started as a DJ, in 96.
El Diablo, tú estás viejo. No, I'm just playing.
I was
No, 96. No, that's fucking amazing.
Okay.
Man.
That is
So
amazing.
this year, it's 25th year anniversary of my DJ career.
Fuck.
This year. Yes. Thank you.
Congrats,
Thank you.
man. You know what?
Wow,
That's
that's an
astonishing.
accomplishment.
That's an
That's big.
accomplishment.
Hell
That's
yeah.
amazing because
Oh, yeah.
because
Now a lot of people say, I've been DJing for 25 years.
you're right.
And I actually have. I've taken some a hiatus, I guess. But I guess as we keep talking, we'll kind of get into that. But 25 years that I started in 96 and till now, and current, and I stay busy. I do 3 nights a week. Still.
That's amazing.
So
That's
yeah,
amazing.
That's dope.
I do okay.
That's really dope because
So 96 to
On-
answer your
96.
question.
Fuck.
on the podcast on the show we had that episode with DJ Dice, and he's been DJing for 26 years, and for 26 years, for his 26 years and your 25 years, we can see that there is a difference in where you can take DJing or being in the nightlife.
Yeah, learning
With-
from it.
Learning from it. DJ
Yeah.
Dice for 26 years and getting being a DJ and DJing he's 4 or 5 nights a week and having his career and being able to do what he has done, but you in 25 years have been able to do all the stuff that we're getting ready to talk about, which I
Yeah.
think is so dope, how different people can adapt differently to the nightlife,
yeah.
get in it
And-
differently.
And it's not even like, to say the least, like, I know Nino has traveled the world
Right,
with his
DJ.
DJing.
Yeah.
So this is
Yeah.
yeah, this
a
is-
lot of people still don't know that.
Yeah, no, this is
Yeah.
very international. So Dice has done a lot of things, but he stayed within his area.
Yep.
And to take nothing away from him, because he's been a successful DJ.
right.
In the
Shout out to
26
DJ
years.
Dice.
Dice, what up?
But I know
You are
Nino-
now rocking with CT's finest.
That's right. That
Yes.
came from him. That came from him. Yeah.
I actually
But
knew that. Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know if a lot of people do know that.
No,
but
a lot
yeah.
of people don't. We talked
Yeah.
we talked about it a few
we
times.
talked about that on his episode.
But
Yeah, I can definitely tell that's his voice. Yeah.
But to
I've
say
always known.
so as we get into more into the belly of the beast of the Fat Chat, will you tell us, 25 years ago, where were you in life? Where were you weight wise? Where were you in, put a little emphasis on that. Yeah, no, this is
So
this is a
we're gonna address my weight.
we expose all this. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So 96, I was still in high school. I had the previous year I had just gotten back to the United States. So when I was in 8th grade in 93, my mom sent me to the Dominican Republic and put me in military school because I was a very bad child.
And you're Dominican?
Yes.
100%?
Yes.
Okay. Born and raised in DR.
No.
Okay.
No. So my mom put me in military school, and I lived in DR from 93 to 95. And I came back in 95, my sophomore year. And pretty much the year after that, I started to I DJ professionally starting in 96. But 95, I was already doing a couple of things here and there. Like friends were having parties in garages, and I would go with a tape deck and a disc man hooked up to a receiver, and
a whole different world.
Yeah,
a whole different world.
So my home speakers, and that's how I sort of started to play music.
So
and that was in 96.
With that said, what got you into it?
Well, the reason why I got into music, period, was because of one song. And everywhere you ever heard me, any podcast or anything, I always say the same thing. And it's, what made me fall in love, it's the song Planet Rock by Africa
dope.
Bambaataa.
Yep,
which is the
absolutely.
song that's sampled in the Twerkulator that we were talking about
yeah,
earlier.
yeah.
The City Girl song is
Yep.
that beat. Yeah. So when I first heard that song,
It's a fucking 9-minute song.
yeah, 7 minutes. Yeah, it's a really long song.
It's a fucking long song.
And I heard that song. I'm like, I love this.
Yeah.
I want to be part of this somehow. So, just my love for music grew that day, and from then on, and I just mess with
So
music.
you knew
and
from a very, very early start and early age that you
Yes.
were gonna be in the music some way, somehow.
some way, somehow. Obviously, you guys know I became a DJ, but my natural evolution after that was going to be producing, which I never really took on.
That was gonna be
I
my next
kinda
question.
Dabbled in it, but I never really got heavy into it.
Okay.
But yeah, Planet Rock. It's one of my favorite songs ever. I still listen to it, and people sampling it nowadays,
and you can still
use
play it.
and you can still play it.
Yeah.
People,
I feel
start
like-
breakdancing to it.
I feel like a lot of people, when they start the DJ career, because that's how I started, we look into producing first. And then we find that found love for music that we transitioned to DJing because you can be involved in the industry
Sure.
somehow, some way.
I went straight into DJing. I didn't even think about producing. I don't even want to produce. I love the art of. There's better people out there that have the better ear to produce. My ear is with music and just DJing, and I love that.
Yeah,
and I came from dancing and playing the drums, and that's
so I
it.
think where Niño and I think we align each other, and like I can relate is that he liked the DJing, he wanted to get into producing, but producing also develops your ear, and you can DJ better. Because you can hear different sounds that not a lot of people know.
Because you're DJing based off on the underbelly of the song versus
exactly.
what we hear on the
and then you know how to actually mix in without using headphones a lot, because you already learned how the song goes, how it repeats, where you can drop. It's a lot of stuff that you can go based on.
Drumming and dancing helped me with that. I didn't go so deep. I remember the first guy that gave
technically you have some producing.
The first guy who gave me my turntables was someone I worked for when I was 16. He was DJ XL. He doesn't DJ anymore, but he did hand me free turntables because he saw that I fell in love with this art. And we're in a store, and we're in like an urban store, and we have a CD to play videos and stuff like that. And he would test me, and he would say, "Yo, how many instruments are being played in this song?" And then I was like,
"That's really interesting."
I don't know, And then he would start breaking the drums, and then he would like beatbox the drums, and then he would start breaking down, all of it. And then it started to become like this little game. Every single month we got a new CD, and every single month we were coming up with how many instruments are playing in these songs. It's an hour mix, and we're listening to it for like 12 hours a day. So you hear this mix off all the time, and we're breaking it down like that, and it was pretty dope. So it wasn't a producing, like my mind wasn't to produce, my mind was to DJ, but that helped me understand, like, to really break down music.
Yep.
And
also helps with the beat matching, because since you're a drummer, you got to know how to keep on beat.
Right.
Now, so again, 25 years ago, what was your weight?
I don't know
if you remember, or if you.
I don't know what my actual weight was, but I was handsome.
You handsome, bro. You handsome now, bro.
I was different. I wasn't fat at all. I had just come.
You're not
like
fat.
I said,
you're not fat today. But
all right.
I mean,
all right. Let me answer your question. Right. So, like I mentioned, I was in military school, and a military school is just like, let's say, Catholic school, right? So your behavioral element in a military school is military. In a Catholic school or a religious school is religion, So my school was military. Every time you did something wrong, you didn't get written up, you didn't get in trouble, you had to pay it back 100 push-ups, or you had to run the court 50 times. 50
Christina
laps.
was in the.
I can relate.
She was in the JROTC.
Okay,
program.
so when I went in there, I came. Prior to that, I had just moved from New York, so I was only in Connecticut for 2 years before I got deported, quote unquote. That's the way I like to.
By your parent.
Yeah, by my parent, by my mom. So she sent me over there. I was in a lot of trouble. I come from New York. I came to Connecticut. I didn't like it here. I hated it here.
So you're rebelling?
Yeah, sort of. I guess. I didn't do it with that intention. I just fuck this place. I don't like it. When I moved to Waterbury '91, it's like the whole town, because I consider it a town, shut down at 8:00. So after 8:00 in Waterbury, you can find an open store. You can find anything.
That's interesting. I never knew that.
Yeah, it was completely.
In Connecticut, Sundays, everything used to be closed.
I remember
exactly,
that. Yeah.
Yes. So when I moved, everything shut down at 8:00, and I'm from New York. Everything's open. I can go to Chinese at 12:00, which is around the block, and walk there. And everything where I live, basically for everybody in New York is. There's people in New York who don't even have a driver's license because they don't need to go anywhere.
In 2 blocks, you have everything.
You have everything
in 2 blocks,
within your block. Exactly. Everything completely.
Exactly.
So I went to military school. I moved to Connecticut, and I was fit because in military school, I was mouthing off. I'm from New York.
Oh yeah,
I talk a lot of shit. I did a lot of exercise.
I seen a picture of you. Oh yeah, you look like you should have. You were like the 5th member of fucking Aventura. Like you were doing something there. No, I swear to God. I seen a picture of you, and I'm like, yo, this nigga, I can fucking Photoshop him, Aventura, and that nigga's a part of the fucking band.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, so I did a lot of exercise. I got in trouble a lot, and one of the things they do over there, let's say if you're part of a class and somebody. Okay, so in Dominican Republic, just like in Puerto Rico, in the beginning, in the morning, you have to sing the national anthem.
Okay.
And before we went home, we had to sing the national anthem.
Sing it for us.
No. So in class, so when we were,
I was hoping.
so when we were at the end, we had to sing the Dominican national anthem. We were all in a line, school line or whatever. And I went to school with a whole bunch of other knuckleheads, just like me, right? So if somebody will act up or laugh or do anything funny, you will get in trouble. So anytime the general, which was our head figure, we had a principal, which was in charge of the academic stuff like any other school. And then we have a general, retired general, which was the behavioral part of it. So every time we would do something, he would punish the whole class.
Acho, bring that shit today. Canceled.
For
Bring
real.
that shit today.
Every time we did anything, it was sometimes it wasn't even me, but somebody would crack a joke or throw something, like boom, the whole class. Now you got to do 100 push-ups, everybody. So I went from probably, I was chubby when I was younger, so I used to do maybe 5 push-ups, 10. And in a matter of 4 or 5 months, I was doing 100, 200 push-ups, no problem. So when I came back, but to answer your question, I don't want to get really off subject, but when I came back, I was built. I was heavy. I was dark from being in the sun all day, and I was strong because of that. So I had no belly. My weight must have been whatever my weight was back then. I was fit. So
So that's when he was part of the Aventura.
Yeah.
He broke the rules originally.
Exactly. Yeah. Wow, that's a good one. That's a good one. The picture. Listen, the picture is actually on my Instagram. If you scroll down, you can find it. I got a yellow shirt.
Oh, I know.
And I look really dark and.
So I don't know how comfortable you feel, but would you mind saying how much you weigh now?
I don't know, but it's over 250 for sure.
All right.
Okay.
Definitely, I've gained a lot of weight.
And then,
if it makes you feel better, I still weigh more than you.
Okay.
But you're really tall too, so
You think,
He's like 5'10".
I'm 5'10". Yes.
Yeah,
I'm like
First of all,
5'10".
I'm like 5'9" myself. So
Oh my God, we did
Claro,
this
tú eres
last
alta.
She is tall.
Yeah.
Yo nunca
I'm
me
tall.
nunca me he dado cuenta lo alta que tú eres.
I am. Imagine in heels.
Wow.
I'm like
So-
12 feet tall with heels.
Yo,
So-
okay, Michael Jordan.
She is tall. She's over 6 feet in
Listen, I
heels.
can't
So-
dribble a ball to save my life. Like I don't play basketball.
She got a jersey though.
On the next
I sure
subject.
do.
Niño.
So,
Niño.
Niño.
Yeah. So I want to ask, in the 25 years from starting and your story that you just explained to where you are now, have you ever felt anything like health-wise or weight-wise, through your process, or has anything ever happened to you or anybody ever said anything to you, or how do you feel now?
I feel a little bit overweight.
Okay.
I been watching what I eat lately. I made health changes.
Good.
So 4 or 5 years ago, I had kidney stones. Since we're talking personal stuff, right? So I got kidney stones.
Those are painful.
Yeah, very painful.
Mm-hmm.
So the way I found out, because one day I got up to use the bathroom and I was peeing blood.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, this is bad. So I went to go get checked, and it turns out that I had kidney stones, and I got operated. So they told me, like, listen, they gave me un colador. I don't know how to say that in English right now.
A cord?
No.
No,
Catheter?
colador.
A catheter?
No. A catheter, no.
A strainer.
A strainer.
Yeah.
So they gave me a strainer. I was like, yo, listen, you got to pee into this. See if you, drink a gallon of water a day. See if you pee those rocks out. If not, we're going to have to operate on you. So I kind of had a tough time using it. So I didn't. But I completely...
Not out of balance.
I completely cut out drinking soda and juice. Completely.
Yeah, good.
And I just started drinking water. So I ended up getting operated for it. They go in through your penis and they put you to sleep and all that. And they didn't find anything because I had peed it out.
Oh, you didn't notice?
I didn't know. So I ended up getting operated for no reason. So that was really,
Fucking
really
A.
tough. So that's the only health issue I had. So after that...
Gracias a Dios.
Right.
This was like a few years
Knock on
ago.
wood.
A few years ago, right? So after that, doing one of my traveling gigs, I was in Atlantic City. I do a spot called Cuba Libre, which is a franchise.
Hey, shout out to Cuba Libre.
Yeah.
It's
dope
always
spot.
a good time no matter what state you're at.
Yes.
If you're at Cuba Libre, you're having a good
it's
time.
a dope time. So I go to Atlantic City. Well, obviously not now because of pandemic, but prior to that, I was doing like Atlantic City 3 times a year. I was doing DC twice a year.
Dope.
I did Philly 1 or 2 times a year. So I go to other locations. So anyway, I went to Atlantic City and I was really thirsty. I was just hot, and I'm like
Parched.
I was parched. So I asked them, yo, can I get something to drink? And they bring, this is a funny story, Ashley. Listen to this. So I asked, let me get something to drink. And they bring me a Pellegrino, which I've never drank before.
Oh God.
Hold on.
It makes so much sense now.
Oh,
Yo,
so let me tell you. Wait, let me finish the story.
We fucking went to the fucking liquor store like an hour ago, and he's like, "What kind of water you got?" And I'm like, Poland Spring. I got a whole station. Poland. And he's like, "You don't got Pellegrino?" And I'm like, "What the fuck, nigga? You bougie." But okay, it all comes circle.
It makes sense.
So now it makes
The
sense.
math
So
is mathing up.
Los dominicanos son fisno.
nah, it's not even that. So they gave me that because that's what they sell over there.
Yeah.
Like, it's a high-end restaurant, so they give you water, but they serve you, they give you a Pellegrino to drink. So ever since that, I tried it, and to me, that was the best tasting water ever. That day, I was so thirsty, right? So I drank it, and ever since then, that's what I drink. I drink either Perrier, Pellegrino. I recently tried Saratoga, and it's all the same thing, mineral water, and that's the reason why I drink it.
Okay.
So that's just something else.
Now I understand.
Now you understand why
Now
I drink it.
understand.
Okay. Yeah. So I kind of lived through that, and and that's the only health thing that I have actually experienced, and it was because
Oh, that's amazing. Bro.
because I used to drink a lot of soda and juice and stuff, so I completely cut it out. I didn't have any soda or juice for about 5 years after that, and one day all of a sudden I decided to have a Malta. Out of all things. So occasionally I'll have a soda if there's nothing else to drink.
Yeah.
But if you guys know me like I only drink Perrier or Pellegrino.
Or liquor.
I'm sorry, Perrier or Pellegrino, and that's really all I drink.
Or Bucana
liquor.
18.
Or liquor.
Or liquor. I have yet to cut that out on my diet. But since you're bringing that up, I drink way less now than I did. And I think the drinking is what contributed to my weight gain. I didn't become a heavy. I know we're probably going to get into this, but I didn't become a heavy drinker till I started working in Van Dome, and that's about 10 years.
Oh, shout out to Van Dome.
Yeah, prior to that, I only drank a little bit. I didn't, social
3-4
drinking.
drinks a night.
Yeah, that's it.
what I basically do. 3-4
Exactly.
drinks a night. When I feeling nice, and I go all out, and I get sloppy.
I had 3 drinks tops. Now I went from that, and back then I was a Henny drinker. So I was drinking Henny.
I did 3 years of Henny, and I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Fuck Henny.
Yeah, so
Yo, y'all some. I drink everything with no problem except for Ciroc.
I drink everything with no problem too. However, there's certain liquors that I prefer to drink over, this low end cognac that somehow is like the top end cognac.
I'm still good.
Of everywhere. So fuck Henny.
I get it, Tito. You like drinking a lot of vodka. It's okay. I get it.
I do.
Tito's drinks Tito's.
Yeah.
I know he drinks himself.
That's it.
Exactly. So yes, only health thing would be that.
And that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Man.
So when I started, I was very lean, because of my previous experience in the military school, and times change.
Is there now with that story said, and where you are right now in life, and with all your successes, all your traveling, international, and you just dropped a few, big cities. In the United States.
And big clubs.
And big clubs. Yeah, no, absolutely.
He said Cuba Libre.
Yeah.
Have you been to Cuba Libre?
No, I've never been.
You need to.
I've never been. But he said...
I've never been to the Atlantic City one, but the one in Orlando,
yeah.
What?
He said Atlantic City, and I've been there. I just never been to that
You could tell you're
club.
in a different city when you go to that club, because it's
it's a dope spot. I do other locations, like I said, and it's dope.
Like,
so it's
I'm sorry. No, you can ask him a question. Go ahead.
Oh, thanks for the
No, my bad. I
permission,
was gonna keep going, but you
No, go ahead.
over.
I'll take the next round.
My question was gonna be, where you are right now, is there anything that you would ever change, like health wise? Like you feel like it's something that you got to do? Oh, that's exactly what you're gonna ask, Ash. You should have just asked it. But is there anything else?
Right now, the only thing I would change, which as you can see or you can tell when I walked in here, is that I'm eating healthier.
Okay.
I stole what's her face. I don't want to say her name.
Yeah.
Her salad. So I was eating salad.
That's good though.
I don't eat as much red meat as I used to.
Okay.
I was very big into chuletas and beef, and I cut what I eat in beef, and I don't eat any pork at all.
Es que no hay nada mejor que una orden de carne frita con limón,
totones.
con mayo ketchup y totones.
Wow.
Oh my God! Oh, longaniza también.
Honestly, I got blown away from Drum's episode when he was just like, I ate like 2 pounds of rice before I went into surgery.
Right.
And it's been, 3-4 years?
Yep.
4 years?
4 years, yeah.
4 years, he hasn't touched a grain of rice. The night before he had his surgery, he went and had like 2 pounds of rice, bro. and he hasn't had any rice since, which is
That's
like
dope.
It's been 4 years. 4 years since his surgery.
He said 3 or 4 years.
3 or 4 years.
It's been
2017, so about 4 years.
About 4 years because he had
So-
I had a year after him.
So that's good, bro. Like it's good to hear. It's good to hear that you're heading in that direction.
Yeah,
You know?
I have to do something. Like my belly, it bothers me sometimes.
But it's tough too.
I'm
Like,
like, fuck.
does
They
that-
just
you know
in the
So
way.
what do you do to psych yourself out when it does bother you and you're like about to get ready for a night or you're about to get ready to do something and it's bothering you? What do you do? Do you mentally try to psych yourself out or do you just
No, I just wear
Accept
whatever
it.
looks the best on me at the time, so I can
Okay.
hide it.
so as long as it looks good back to you in the mirror, you're good. You don't do no mental training, no nothing.
No.
You don't have like a mantra that you tell yourself in the mirror. You don't.
Nah, I don't really do self-talk. I don't.
Right.
Some people do, like
Yeah.
look in the mirror and like, yo, yeah, you could do this. Nah, I don't do that.
Nothing.
No, I don't. I can't recall anything that I do that I tell myself like, yeah, I'm the shit. You know, let me go out there
and how have you dealt with like the nightlife with the hours? You know, do you? So for the people that don't know, do you do something during the day?
No, I have been living off a nightlife exclusively for about 15 years.
Oh,
out of
fuck
the
Really?
yes.
25.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking.
What?
Wow,
That-
that is
that is fucking-
So before we-
amazing.
Yeah, that's fucking impressive.
Not before. I'm sorry, but to like elaborate on that, he just said he's been living solely off of the nightlife for 15 years. What?
No. She's offered me a drink, and I
Oh.
said no.
So, in those 15 years, let us remind you that we've been living the last almost 2 years in a global pandemic.
Yep.
Global.
Yeah.
That
Basically.
global, like across the entire planet, global. Like 7.4 billion people, global. And this dude is still living solely off of the nightlife. So we
Yes.
know you're a DJ.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the other adventures you have?
Okay.
Or
well,
you're part of entrepreneurship?
I'm a career DJ, 25 years, with ups and downs. You know, I've done it. I guess we're still going to get to talk about the spots that I do and there's other stories. Sometimes I feel like I want to bring it up, but I don't want to.
No, bring it
Quite
up.
come-
bro.
No, do your thing.
No, because I was
is-
going to say, out of the 25 years, like when I got into Van Dome, I stopped traveling. I basically
No, that's amazing.
dedicated myself to like working at Van Dome only, which kind of hurt my DJ career.
Okay.
It didn't hurt my pockets, but it hurt my DJ career.
Yeah.
You know, I was close to home. I didn't have to travel because if you know me, okay. So this is the thing. I had a career prior to Van Dome, and
Okay.
I traveled the world, like you said. I've DJed internationally everywhere prior to Van Dome, but here in my home state, I wasn't known. If you wasn't from Waterbury, you didn't know me.
That's
because
dope.
I didn't work in Hartford. I didn't work in New Haven. I just didn't work. You know, so I kind of made my name outside of Connecticut. You know?
mind me? I
definitely
don't
have-
want to interrupt. You mind me asking how'd you do that?
Well, I became known in Connecticut by working in Van Dome.
So
So
how'd you know, like I created my. I was born and raised in New Haven. My name is in New Haven, East Haven, West Haven. I've DJed in Hartford. I've DJed all over Connecticut, and I've DJed outside, but not really like the tri-state area. You know, like Massachusetts, New York, like nothing more than that. How did you get out there without being known
In
here?
here.
okay, it's very simple networking.
Okay, great.
Because you're an
I-
LMP DJ, that helps, right?
That helped me some, but that wasn't when I joined LMP in 2006. I was already traveling.
Okay.
When I joined LMP the previous year, I was in Colombia. I was in, I went to Bolivia. Like I did things prior to LMP. So LMP
Yo, that's so dope.
wasn't my.
That I actually didn't know.
You
That's
didn't-
dope.
Okay, so LMP, like a
I
lot
wanna
of
hear
people
what
think it's
countries you've
because,
been to.
huh?
I want to hear what countries you've been to, like DJ.
To DJ,
Because I know you I know your personal life. Like you actually travel for vacations,
I do. Yeah, I go all over.
all over for
I miss
vacations.
it. Yeah.
But as far as DJing, like your sole purpose was to go to DJ. Like what countries have you been to?
London, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Alaska's not a country, but I've been to Alaska, which is far
Neither is
enough.
Puerto Rico, but you named it. It's okay.
It's away from the United, like
It's
it's
away-
United
Right.
States, but that's
You had to
fucking
get on a
away,
plane.
bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alaska, like there's a nightlife in Alaska. That's dope.
Is it a nightlife or is it a day life?
No, listen.
The population is like 1,000.
No, listen. We can get into it though. If you guys want, we can act when we get more into it. We can definitely ask that. We can get into it.
I want to hear that.
Okay, so Alaska, there's a large, believe it or not, Dominican population and
What?
Chinese.
How the fuck did they get over there?
Okay, so I'll tell you that story too because I actually know it.
Please.
Right, so we have an LMP DJ in Alaska who was the guy that brought me there. Right, so Raimi brought me to Alaska once. And I got there early because I was DJing in San Diego. So I went from San Diego to Alaska, which is already the West Coast. So he brought me there, and he's like, yo, you want to go to sleep or you want to hang out? I'm like, yeah, we could do whatever, you know. So it's early enough in the day.
You brought me to Alaska.
Yeah, it's early in the day. We could do whatever. So he's like, yeah, let's go to baby shower. I'm like, okay.
A baby shower in Alaska? They have babies?
So we went to,
Girl, bye.
listen, we went to a Dominican baby shower in Alaska.
A Dominican baby shower out there?
Yes, and it was packed.
I don't know why I keep thinking so much snow and these Dominicans just out here fucking.
No snow.
The only thing I think about is 30 Days of Night when I hear Alaska. That's the only thing I think about.
No, none of that. Listen, I get there and I'm like, where's all these Dominicans? Where are they coming from? So
Los
he
primos se
introduced.
prime. No, my bad.
No, it really has nothing to do with the story.
Yo, he was just talking
I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself.
Wah,
man.
wah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, so Remy introduces me to the mother of the girl whose baby shower it is, right? And I meet her, and she's so down to earth. I'm talking like, yo, pero esta gente. He's like, yeah, esta la familia de nosotros. I'm like, why all these Dominicans here? So she's telling me that she was the first one to migrate there. So what happened was her job that she had, I forgot what city she lived in the U.S., offered her a position in Alaska. Like, listen, we got something for you. We're going to pay you X amount of money, which was way more than what she was making. Okay. So she left. And
dope.
like every immigrant population, after she left there, established herself, she brought her cousins, her sisters. Y así siguieron. Y después vino un vecino de alguien. And that's how you got different families. Anyway.
Mira que la prima mía.
That's fucking dope, bro.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
that's how they all migrated there. So there's a lot of Dominicans and there's a lot of Chinese. So the place where the baby shower was, it's a hall, but in front of like a door in front of the hall was in the back. In the front was like a gambling spot.
Oh.
So there was like the Chinese there. Chinese are big on gambling. There was
Yes, they are.
So when we go there,
It's
he's
like an underground gambling spot.
bro, there was mad
Absolutely.
chinos gambling in the front, and then we're in the back having a party, and they're in the front gambling.
These dudes walked through like a Coca-Cola like vending machine, opened the door, walked right through, baby shower.
Yo, I instantly think
That's
like
exactly how it was, because we went into the front. And there was all these chinos gambling,
that's
playing
amazing.
blackjack or whatever they're playing. And then we walk in the back and it's, típico playing in the back. All these Dominicans dancing. And I'm like, okay, exactly. So that was my experience with Alaska. And that's how I got to DJ in Alaska. Yeah, the club was, I would call LED, which is still there. Shout out to Raimi and DJ Jose and those guys over there.
Yeah.
But I got to go there because I was in the West Coast. I did 2-3 days in San Diego. And that was my first time on the West Coast. So that's why I've been to Alaska. So London... I went to London in 2011. What's that mean? Throwing hand signals?
42 minutes in.
Okay, we're 42 minutes in. We haven't even gotten to my story.
We'll take this out. No, this is going to end up being a 2-hour episode, bro, so get prepared.
Okay, all
This
right.
is going to be a part 1 and part 2. Fuck
all right.
episode 10.
You know, when I did another podcast with Stutters, it was a 2-part.
Y'all
Yes,
know,
it was.
I feel
Cut
like
down.
this is
It's one of those.
I won't cut it down. We're doing two parts because this
Okay.
is too good.
this is way
All right.
too good.
You're way too good, man.
So
Once
in
we're reaching
2011,
like the 60 mark, that's
Keep it going.
I got stories.
Well, let's go,
I
man.
got stories.
I love this.
So I went to London in 2011, right?
2011. Wow.
Yes. All right. So before I get to the London story, let me tell you about when I came back, because this is funny. It has nothing to do with nightlife. So when I came back, there was a very big outage of power in the state.
In October?
Was it? I don't know. I just know it was a big power outage. We didn't have electricity in Waterbury for 3 or 4 days.
Yeah,
So
because of the storm, the 8-feet storm.
it was something really bad where they needed to call people from other states
Yeah.
to come and help. You guys remember that?
No, I was
Yeah,
in fucking
how-
Boston, bro. I just left Boston before they shut everything down because they shut us down. And I just left before that storm. And that's right. I remember my I had a minivan, Veronica. Shout out Veronica. She, rest in peace.
You own a minivan?
She's a Coca-Cola can right now. But, bro, she was completely covered. I didn't see her for fucking days.
Wow. So the funny thing, I'm just bringing this up, right? Because I come back from London and I flew through New Jersey to Newark, and I drive back to Connecticut. And when I'm getting to Waterbury, all the lights are off, and I get to my house and there's no heat, no nothing. And I'm coming from London, and it wasn't really cold in London yet, right? So I get to my house, it's fucking freezing because it's the dead of winter or whenever it was so cold. So I get to my house and oh my God, it was so cold. I had to turn on the hot water and let it run, but obviously the hot water runs out after a while.
Pipes don't blow.
Yeah.
So they don't freeze.
So they don't. Well, I didn't do it with that. I just needed the hot water so I can keep warm.
Yeah.
So it was a
Shit.
terrible experience. I don't know. Because out of other things I did in that trip, the coming back was like hell. Because I had such a good time, and then coming back to so cold.
That happened to me too.
And then I had all the frisas. I put on all my clothes on. I had everything, and I was freezing, like freezing. And I don't know how you guys survived. Because it was already going on for like 2 days prior to me getting there. So about a day and a half after I got here, that's when we got the power back on. But anyway, so London. I went to London in 2011. So my name, DJ Niño, is a somewhat popular DJ name. There's other DJs that have the same name.
Yes, they do.
And there's a guy who's been DJing as long as I have, maybe a little bit longer. His name is Andy. So Andy is from London. So I've known about Andy since the MySpace days. We always kept in contact. He's DJ Niño, I'm DJ Niño. And he's like, yo, one day I got to bring y'all to London. I'm like, sure, let's do it. And so the time came. He found a location. He had this party. It was a Halloween party. So yes, it was in October.
Yeah, I didn't have power for 9 days.
It was the party was called Monsters Ball. I can't remember the name of the club right now. I still got the promo video to it, but it was a very big known club for like house music and raves and stuff. So he brought me there. I DJed the event, and it was a good time. Whatever. I mean, he liked it so much that he ended up having me come back to DJ in London for his wedding. So I went to London twice in a matter of three months.
Wow.
I DJed for his wedding. So yeah, London was one. And then I was the road DJ for an artist. His name is Huey Dunbar. He was
what?
You didn't know that, Ashley?
What?
Are you kidding right
Yo,
now?
I still
No.
That's the same Huey Dunbar from DLG, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We had this combo before, but you don't remember.
That's so
I actually
dope.
told you that before. So DLG's front man.
I feel like
Huey,
we had a conversation about it. I think
yeah
because I shared
That's what
some of
he's
his
saying, 'cause
music.
It wasn't with me.
Yeah. It was,
I
we had it
would've
on
remembered.
Sunday. We had it on a Sunday, and then the next day you were sending me songs, or I forgot what it was. But yeah. So I was his road DJ for a while, and I got introduced to him to another friend called Mario, who's an engineer. So Mario engineered probably the best reggaeton albums to ever come out. He was an engineer here. He did a lot of stuff here, and he knows Huey because he was roommates with Huey and his famous New York DJ called DJ Lucho. So him, Lucho, and Mario
I met Lucho.
were roommates, right? So DJ Nelson, who's a producer for reggaeton, he's been here since the beginning. So
Nelson.
he met Nelson through, I don't know if it was through Lucho, but he met Nelson and became friends. So when Huey wanted to do some urban stuff, he flew to Puerto Rico, did some stuff with Nelson, and then met Mario was there. Mario was like, yo, I know this DJ Niño, he's really good. You should take him on the road with you. So Huey hits me up, asked me, we do all these things, we work out numbers, and I went on the road with him. The first trip we did was to Colombia. That was in 2006.
This is all before Vendome.
This is all before Vendome.
That's fucking crazy, man.
2006, we went to Colombia. It was December 2nd. We went to Colombia. We had to go to the consulate in New York to get a work visa because this guy's kind of a big promoter and he does everything by the books. And, because there's a lot of people that travel and just get regular visas, like on vacation, but I should go to work.
But
So,
work, pleasure.
pleasure. Yeah, not work.
Yeah.
So they brought me over there. He had to get a work visa for me, whatever. All right, so we went to Colombia, and we was part of this event. I can't remember the name of the event, but it was in the stadium called Estadio Pascual Guerrero, which holds 50,000 people.
Shit.
So we get there Friday night late. We get there. We hung out. We ate something.
Right now, you've been DJing for about like 12 years, right?
I guess whatever
something
the
like
time.
that.
Yeah, you can figure out
For
the numbers.
2006, yeah.
2006, yeah, like 12 years.
So we go there. We do a little. We hung out. I hung out with Zion was there and Tego was there. And all those guys were all there.
Super chill.
Yeah,
Like,
super chill.
No problem.
Rakim McKenway, all
I'm
those
just
guys were
chilling.
there. Yeah, we were just chilling
with the
them.
biggest stars.
I mean, but in
but
2006, Rakim and Y were like 14.
But I actually know Zion from before. Zion has, not to get off subject, but Zion has a half sister that lives in Waterbury. And I know him because I'm cool with the record labels. And that's another reason why I got to travel, because I'm networked a lot. So I know people in the industry.
So dope.
I attended, the industry nights in New York. I DJ'd industry nights when reggaeton was blowing up. I DJ'd like Latin hip hop events. I used to do at SOBs. I don't know if you guys ever heard SOBs.
Man. I never knew this about you.
Okay, yeah, that's how I kind of became cool with Sincero, because he started doing mixtapes. He
Yeah,
started
of
going to
course.
these events, and we started linking up.
I was gonna get into a question about that because of all the mixtapes that we were talking about pre the podcast. Before, you know, I wanted to talk to you about, you know, mixtapes, because you're telling me all this shit that you're doing to make mixtapes and floppy disk and all this
Tascam, yeah, bro,
You know,
Tascam.
no, that's fucking crazy.
It's classic Tascam, CDRW 5000. All right, so networking is really how I got to, you know, meet other people and travel. I don't want to get way off subject because I can talk for days because there's just so much.
This is all good, bro.
story.
This is an organic podcast, so yeah, we base it on like the Fat Chat, but this.
But
is
I want to make
also-
sure I answer your questions without getting.
as the questions
'cause
come.
I feel like I'm like going,
Do
you
your
know,
thing.
this way.
You're telling
like-
us. You're telling us your story, and this is super important. Keep it going, man.
Okay, so what was I talking about before this?
You were chilling with a bunch of famous
Okay, all right.
artists.
So that's how I
You
knew
were in
Zion.
Colombia in the
I-
Coliseo or something.
Estadio Pascual Guerrero, yeah. I knew Zion from before. I knew Lennox. I knew some of these guys already from the networking events in New York. So I already knew them because the record label introduced me to them. They wanted to come to Connecticut and do shows. And before they started doing shows, like, who do you know in Connecticut? Oh, we know this guy, Niño. Like, you know, link up with him. So I went to Colombia with Huey. And we get there Friday night. We hang out with some of these guys. Then we do press all day Saturday morning. So we did TV, we did this, we did that, we did sound check. We go to the stadium, the sound check. I actually have a picture that I think is on my Instagram too, where I'm looking back. I was in the stadium, we were doing sound check. And it was with a disposable camera because I wasn't cool enough or couldn't afford a digital camera. So I had
Kodak, baby, Kodak.
had my disposable.
35 millimeter film.
Ya lo sabe. So we went to this event.
I used to develop those.
We did sound check, and it was probably the biggest event of my career with the most people. I think that day there were between 35 to 40,000 people in a 50,000 people stadium. I mean,
Wow.
when you get on that, when the host got on that mic and said, he was mentioning the different areas, because this was in Cali, so he mentioned the different sections, you know, like you would in New York, say the Bronx or Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So he was mentioning the areas, and when he said one particular area, the roar was so big you can feel the stage trembling.
That's
and to me that was
amazing.
crazy. Like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm here. I'm doing it. So I did that event for him. And then later on we went to a few months after we went to Bolivia. We went to two cities. We went to Cochabamba and we went to I can't remember the name of the other city, but we went to two cities in Bolivia. We were there for a couple days. I got to meet a lot of people. I still got all those pictures actually too. By then I had dropped one of my blend mixtapes. We call it DJ Niño, the remixes. So I took a whole bunch of copies of that. And I was giving them out and I have girls taking pictures with them. So I
So
did
you were
that.
doing this way before we even, like, that's like a thing you do now, or even a thing you did a decade ago. You know,
Yeah.
like take pictures of a mixtape. You know, like hold my CD, take a picture, and you're doing this like way before this was even.
2006, 2007.
Yeah, way before it was.
Those
even
were good
a
years
thing.
for me in my career. I feel like, not to say that I'm not in a good part right now, but to me that was my height because I was working with so many artists and attending all these events. I was on a first name basis with a lot of people, and it's like I could take my phone and call Nelson, like Nelson. I could take my phone and call Alex and say, "Sure, Alex, dime que lo que." We were like,
Yeah.
I was tight with all these people because yo estaba en el medio, como se dice. I was out there. I was meeting these people, and that's where I got to meet a lot of people and kind of excel. So 2007, I went to Bolivia. I DJed in bongos in Miami with DJ Africa.
Ooh, bongos.
Dope spot, yeah, Gloria Estefan spot. So that's how I kind of, that's how I spent my life. So when I was doing these things, there was a girl who was bartending at Van Dome, and who knew me from Waterbury, who had told the owner, you should get him in here. A lot of Dominicans fuck with him. You should get him in here. And after all this time, he finally gave me a chance. And we'll continue the Van Dome story later, but that's how I got into Van Dome. And then people in Connecticut started to know me because all of a sudden, I just started to be known as DJ Niño from Van Dome.
Okay.
Which at first it was like, but what about everything else I've done? I've
No.
DJed all over the place, and now I'm just El Niño from Van Dome. Like, what, you know what I'm saying? So kind of whatever, but that's how I got known. And then, I was in Van Dome. I went from being in rotation to taking over Fridays, and then, doing stuff on Saturdays.
But
and I stopped traveling, and,
Even look now. So do you regret any of this? Because look where you're at now. Like now you're still at Van Dome. You're still running Van Dome. You're still
I'm
doing your
there,
shit.
Yeah, I don't regret anything in my career. I regret things that I've done personally that kind of held back my career a lot.
Okay.
So when I was younger, I always had dreams of just being a DJ only and just living off of that. But I didn't have the mentality or the business sense to kind of keep it up, and the industry wasn't where it's at now. So it was very hard for me. So like I would get a job, right, and then I would be DJing, and then it would slow down. So I would get a job. I would spend 2-3 months trying to get a job. Be dead broke, get a job. Finally, to get a job, and then the DJ gigs would pick up. And then stupid me, I will leave the job and start DJing again. And then I will be broke for another 5 months. So I did that a lot in my life because I just couldn't get it together until I finally kind of grew up, I guess. And I'm like, okay, I got this job, which was my last real job. I'm not going to leave it no matter what because I have bills, that I need to take care of. So I did that. And then after a while, I ended up leaving that job because I just was making so much money DJing and I was already established and and so that's basically it.
So you're not only a DJ. Back to my question.
I know, right? 'Cause again, I keep telling you, I keep going on subject.
It's okay though, but this
all
is
right.
good.
So
no, it's totally okay. Yeah. Totally okay. I want
not
our
only
listeners.
DJing, out of necessity for DJing, I realized that the big money wasn't promoting. I felt like DJs weren't getting paid enough or respected enough, so I got into promoting. I started promoting in 2000 and whatever. I can't remember. It's about 20 years now, 21 years that I've been promoting. And I got into that because I felt like I could make more money. And I was very, I failed my first 10 years at promoting. I did my personal parties that I would do like in Waterbury, like my one-time events, I would do very well. But when I tried to take over a club and do a night, I would fail.
Consistency is hard.
So
it's
I would
so
fail.
hard.
I failed miserably.
Same.
So that's when reggaeton was blowing up, and I was still struggling to kind of get a night going. So my first semi-successful events that I started doing was at a spot called Criollas in Waterbury. Okay. So when I started doing Criollas in Waterbury, I started coming up with all these themes that some of them I made up, others I seen other people do out of state. For example, I did Traffic Light Party, which I think I was the first one in Connecticut, period, to do that. But I got the idea from a promoter in Canada. I saw him do it. I'm like, yo, this because I had traveled to Canada. I did
Traffic Light Party?
Yes.
The red, yellow,
white, yes.
green,
I did. I traveled to Canada before, and the spot that I was in, there was another promoter on another night who did a Traffic Light Party. I was like, yo, this is pretty dope. Yeah. So I wanted to do it in Connecticut, and I ended up doing that. So I started doing Traffic Light Parties. I started doing glow parties and all these things that I've never seen done in Connecticut. And I became popular with that, and I was doing really well in Criollas, but I had competition because there was only so many young people, right? And the young people were going to Oracle to see Richie and them. So they were sort of not my direct competition, but they were competition because the people from Woodbury would go there. So that kind of affected business for me a little bit. So I did okay, but I wasn't fully successful. The one event that I've done all my life that I've always been very successful in has been Dominican Independence Day parties. I've been doing them since the dawn of time. And I've always been a massive success for me, no matter where I've done it, ever.
I can say that I've been to his Dominican Independence Day brunch, and it was at Lozano 2 years ago. 2 years ago, it was right before the pandemic hit, real bad.
Yes.
We all went to a full shutdown 2 weeks after that party.
That shit was lit, though.
It was so lit, and it was 2
times.
o'clock in the afternoon, and it was like it was 2 o'clock a.m.
They had a whole train of
He
people
brought
going
Gabby
around the
Fusion.
whole spot.
Yep, he brought Gabby Fusion from
Shout
New
out
York.
Gabby Fusion, bro.
Shout out to Gabby Fusion.
Nasty ass DJ.
And he's a very versatile DJ.
Yes. It's a good time.
Yeah, he's a cool DJ. He's a really good DJ as a matter of fact. I legit was like, oh my god, I got reposted. But definitely could co-sign that when it comes to niños parties, sobre todo. Si tú vas a una fiesta de niño, todo el mundo sabe que van a disfrutar. Todo el mundo sabe que
it's a good time.
They're gonna have a good time. They're gonna talk about it for days, for months, for
I appreciate
years after that. For sure. Even when miércoles no se repeta.
Well, that's a big one too.
I think that's another 45-minute conversation we can have.
That's the next episode.
That's a pretty big one.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know that a lot of people know that Niño has his hands in a lot of things when it comes to CT nightlife. And yes, DJ El Niño is his name. A lot of you guys on Facebook know him as Fulano de Tal, which is the name
Shout out
that
to Fulano.
Yeah.
is the name.
I try to keep it on the down low in my Facebook. So I don't
Right.
really know.
Super down low.
Super down
low,
Yeah.
bro.
Anybody that knows Niño knows that he's not down low when it comes to his name or his promotion.
My father is like, "Oh, you talking about Fulano de Tal? Yeah,
Yes,
papi. Yeah,
yes.
papi. You know him? Yeah, I know him." I'm like, "Oh, what the fuck is going on?"
Listen. Fulano de Tal is the same name that everybody got when our grandparents and parents didn't know whose name was who.
Fulano de Tal
aquel.
was when they didn't want us to
With that
hear the bochinche.
right.
It was like, "Yo, Fulano de Tal slept with Fulano de Tal."
La
you know?
esposa de Fulano.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's crazy how they all knew who everybody was talking about, though. Whenever
right.
they used that term
Oh, they
for
knew.
every single person, it was like, oh, damn.
Right.
And I'm
Exactly.
And I'm over here with my cousin playing with wrestling toys. Like, "Yo, Fulano de Tal
Until we-
slept with Fulano de Tal. What the fuck
Right.
is going on?"
Until we all end up at the same baby shower and you realize that who each Fulano is.
Wow.
Or Fulana. But no.
So yeah, the promotion that was, I
So
had a lot of
DJ,
failures.
promotion.
Okay.
What
so
else?
back in it's going on I think 11 years now. So I have a lot of friends in New York that I met because of LMP, and I became a lot, some of these people became besides the DJ, some of these people became sort of my family, people that I used to hang out with. So one of the things I used to do in Vendome is I would have a party bus. I would rent a bus and have people from New York come and party in Vendome. I did that for many years. I did that.
Around when? I feel like it's a lot harder to do. Like, well, in
2012, 13, 14,
All right.
all those years,
Right,
right?
yeah.
So,
When people were more willing.
yeah, it was a different time.
it was almost like the phone. Like the phone
Yeah.
wasn't there, but it was there, but it wasn't there yet. You
Right.
know?
Yeah.
Like the
No
first
apps.
Like
Yeah,
the
no
first,
apps, no smartphones.
No
Nah,
smartphones.
that time it was still the first 3 generations of the iPhone.
But it wasn't there yet. Like the apps.
I wasn't that
Right.
cool. I think my
Smart-
first
Smartphones and social media was definitely not there. Like we didn't have it ready at our fingertips.
my first iPhone was the 8. I didn't have iPhone. Like I had. Don't look at me like that.
I had the
Look
2.
at me. I had.
I didn't have the 1, but I had
Tell me
the
you
2.
were a flip phone
No,
guy?
I had a Trio 6. Listen, you guys might not know this, but I had a Palm. I had
A Palm Pilot?
Yeah,
Oh
I had
my
Palm Pilots. I
God.
had a Trio 650. I had, I had.
Shout out to Sprint.
I had the.
I had the singular flip phone. That
I
was my
had
first phone.
oh my God, the phone that had
We
the
always
BBM,
had Sprint.
the Blackberries. I had
Blackberry.
Blackberries. Yeah, so I
Did you
went
have a
through-
Nextel though?
No, I never
What?
chirped.
Was it chirping?
You never
No, I wasn't chirping. Sorry. No.
Yo, the
I
Nextel
started
era
with-
was the
I started
greatest.
with iPhone
Nah.
4, and that was in 2010.
Nah, I wasn't that.
But
cool.
before that, it was all Samsungs and the window phones. Remember the window phones?
The window phone.
The
Yo,
HTC? Wait, is that Microsoft?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm lost.
no, HTC.
It
No,
was
my
It was an Android.
my,
And
my
HTC
first
Android and
phone.
Windows.
I mean,
My first
any
phone
phone
was a
outside
StarTAC.
of the iPhone.
You know what
I don't
that
even know what the fuck that
I
is.
remember-
They're
I always-
actually coming back out. I heard the StarTAC.
I
They
always-
were flip phones. They were little things you flip.
I
Yeah,
always
before
wanted to
digital.
own those Sanyos. Remember the Sanyos, which was like the real
Yeah,
flat
Sanyo.
they
That-
were
I
only
started off with
exclusively
Sanyo.
off Sprint. I used to love those.
Everybody had either the red one or the pearl one.
Can I get somebody to
Yes.
help me out here?
Yeah,
Anybody
I got
wants
you, I
to?
got you.
His help is
Keep going,
a
keep
hookah.
going.
He wants a new hookah head.
Please.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. We're going to be coming back with the second half of this episode next week. We invite you all to follow us on all our social media platforms. On Instagram, it will be PhatChatPC. That's PhatChatPC. If you follow us on Facebook, or if you want to follow us on Facebook, that is the PhatChatPC. Just hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We'll be coming soon with our YouTube channel, so all of this content will be providing on our YouTube channel. So we definitely appreciate the support and the love that you have given us. Please continue to share that content. If you have any doubts, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to send us a private message, get in contact with one of us. We more than gladly will answer your questions. And if you have any questions for any other guests, we'll gladly answer those as well. You guys enjoy.
Okay, so meeting those people in New York in the early 2010s. Wow, seriously?
Shit.
You've been doing this for way too long.
That's a
He
wrap.
got no sensation in his
So
conscience.
yeah, you guys can't.
Oh, be careful.
You guys can't see what he just did. But
We
what
about
he
to get
just-
into the hookah
Order.
conversation soon.
Well, I was getting to that because
I've been trying for
she's
like
been trying to get me there.
40
All right,
minutes.
so
Can
so
we
I'm
check
telling you the story.
Cord? Can we check the cord though? Cause
It fell on the
No.
cord.
No, it's good.
No,
It's
it
good.
didn't.
no,
He's
there's
good.
definitely ash on there though.
Yeah, that's
Check
just
it.
ash.
It's just-
No, the reason why, like I said before, like people know you as DJ Niño on Instagram, but on Facebook you're full on with that. But at the same time, a lot of people know you to be a DJ, and yes, you're a pioneer in the CT nightlife, but well, not just the CT nightlife, in nightlife in general. But there's a lot more to you than just DJing and promoting.
Okay, so continuing with the story, right? So back in those days, hookahs became popular in New York City clubs. They started.
Well, we had it in the South all the time, but yeah, go ahead.
There was hookahs has always been here.
Well, they had it on the other side of the world.
Yeah.
Too, you know, for fucking
Millennia.
centuries. Yeah, they were smoking on a
course.
regular. You know,
Actually,
so,
fun fact: do you know where it originated from?
If you say any
and-
place besides India, you're wrong.
If you say any place beside Turkey, you're wrong.
I was gonna say Egypt.
It's
but
India.
Turkey. I
was gonna
It's
say-
actually India.
All
It's
we're-
Turkey.
we're-
Albanian
It's
people.
India.
We're around
Okay.
we're around the same fucking space.
No, it's actually,
you know?
and listen, it was created for the la jerarquía de India. La gente, los príncipes, esa gente que fumaban hookah, y fue creado en India, but
Así es
it
que
was
se hacen
adapted
negocio.
it was adapted in the Middle Eastern people adapted
Yeah.
it. It's like you talk about hookah now, you're talking about Dominicans. It's
Yeah,
not our shit, but we
no.
adapted it.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Thank you for being the first Dominican to say that.
Why? Because Dominicans think they invented it.
Right.
I don't know what Dominicans you talk to,
No,
but
no, nobody-
Aquí en los Estados
so-
Unidos,
Listen,
sí.
man, heard the
Aquí
song
en
of
este lado de los
something
Estados
else.
Unidos.
Nobody ever paid COD. Dominicans don't play COD. You can see the hookahs like when you're shooting on that side of the world. You can see hookahs like being placed.
Further than that. Alice in Wonderland, the freaking caterpillar is smoking a hookah when Alice is
Yeah.
trying to talk to him.
But nobody ever noticed that.
Nobody
shit. And
ever
we think
noticed.
You're
Oh, I-
like, damn,
I
I want a
did.
hookah
so
too.
like the
Yeah.
Little Mermaid. What's the name of the Little Mermaid?
Ariel?
Yeah, when the movie, she was in I don't know. Somebody in the movie Little Mermaid was smoking hookah. Period.
It wasn't
Like,
hookah, it was a pipe.
It was a pipe.
It was a pipe.
It was definitely a pipe.
It was a pipe.
You guys,
Nah, bro.
And it was the butler in the palace.
And
But-
you can't
but I
talk
got-
No,
Disney
no, no, what- no,
to
no, no.
any of us here.
no, it wasn't. It was the
And
caterpillar
Aladdin
looking
also
thing.
had it.
Of course Aladdin
Of
had it.
course.
All right,
Well,
all right. So
Aladdin is-
it became popular in New York. All right, now we're
Sidetrack.
talking about Disney, okay. And he loves
You have
that.
to break it down.
Okay. All right,
I'm
so,
sorry to quote Tito Flo. His Instagram post today was like, "This is what I'm on," and it was the song from
Ariel.
Alice. I mean, from
It was Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which
Okay,
one, a
yeah.
whole new world?
Keep it going.
Oh no.
You follow me?
No.
Oh.
But was it really?
Then maybe
I'm
you
guessing.
should.
It was.
All right, so it became popular in New York, and then me bringing these people over. You know, I used to go to I used to party a lot, and I would go to New York, and I remember having my first hookah. I had it at Rancho Jubilee in Queens.
Shit, I remember my first hookah too.
what year was
Shout
that?
out
Sorry.
to Queen.
What year was that?
No, what year was that? Please.
2009, maybe 2010.
Okay.
I don't remember. So
Yeah.
I
Okay.
tried my first hookah then, right? So then when one of the party buses was like, yo, I got to hire somebody to come do hookah here at Vendome. So because of my friends in New York, they linked me up with a guy who had one hookah, and he came. I paid him like $200 to come and do hookah.
That's the most money you ever pay a hookah person.
$200
Wait,
for a hookah
what-
guy?
listen,
Wait, $200 for a hookah guy with one hookah
With
that
one
was
hookah.
traveling from New York to come to Vendome in New Haven for one night.
And obviously the travel was paid for because we paid for the bus.
Oh, he came out.
With
He came out on top.
one hookah?
That nigga
Yeah.
living right now.
Well,
He came out on top.
I hope
for
he
real.
saved that $200.
He got a free ride to Connecticut. He
hope
got
he-
into Vendome for free. He got in with one hookah, and he got paid $200.
and he charged.
He brought his
people
own
one
shisha.
hookah.
yes. So we did that one party, and then
That's amazing.
so around that time is
Take a
when
deep breath.
Yeah, niggas is mad as hell when they gotta pay $30 and $40 for a freaking
But
hookah.
that's now. Like,
Listen,
think of the origin of
Okay.
this story. You know,
Listen
like the
to-
origin
okay,
of what's
because
happening.
yes, because
We're
this
getting
is this is
there,
the
we're getting
origin
there.
of hookahs in nightlife in Connecticut. So we're gonna get there. So I did this event right at that time. I had a job. That was the last real job I had, and the company was merging with another company.
What were you doing other than?
Okay, I'll tell you
That
what I
is
was
a
doing.
really good question.
I was a delivery guy. Right?
Okay.
I worked with a
Like
a
FedEx
company.
with
No,
with the like tight.
You were
tight
delivering
shorts.
No,
Garnet,
so I
Garnet.
had a friend. This has nothing to do with the story, but there's this guy who lived in Waterbury, right? He is brothers with Luis Felipe Lopez, who was a famous basketball player back in the day, some Dominican kid, right? And he got me this job. I needed a job then. My gigs had dried up. I needed a job, so he put me on in this company to do to be a salesman to open accounts to get people to buy phone cards. That's when phone cards were popular before international calls.
Shout
right?
out to the drug dealers.
Whoa. Well, okay. Not that kind of phone card. Okay.
I'm just fucking with you, man.
All right. So there I met the vice president of the company. His name was Rajiv, right? So the company...
You guys still interact on social media?
I do.
A lot.
With Rajiv, of
Yeah,
course,
with
yes.
Rajiv.
That's dope.
Yeah,
That's dope,
I see
man.
the interactions with them a lot.
That's so
on-
dope.
Yeah,
on
with him.
social
Okay,
media.
Rajiv.
So he
all
knows
right.
who Fulano de Tal is?
He does. All right.
knows.
So all right. So let me give you a little bit of this. Again, this has nothing to do with the story, but it's interesting. So I think it's worthy material for the podcast. So the owner of the company, who was a guy from Jordan, during this time, this was, I don't want to say 9/11, but this was during the whole hype of the Al Qaeda and all these terrorist things, right?
Yep.
And the guy got investigated, and they ended up raiding
Oh,
his
no.
house and raiding the company we work for, and everybody got arrested. It was a whole really big thing.
Oh, shit.
So then
Shout out
this
to the
past,
drug dealers.
that was kind of like my last
They
day
probably
working.
thought a hookah was something else.
No, there was no hookah there. It was phone cards. So that was my last day working with him.
Shout out
So-
to the drug dealers.
So a couple months later, Rajiv puts his own company and asks him and say, "Hey, listen, I could use some drivers. You want to come in and work? We'll pay you X amount of money. Just make deliveries." And I'm like, "Let me think about it." And then I thought about it. Like, listen, this is a good opportunity for me. I'm promoting Vendome heavy. I can deliver. My delivery will be to all bodegas because they buy phone cards, but I can deliver to bodegas and drop off my flyers.
Dope.
All at once.
Entrepreneurship
What?
at its finest.
So
No,
I'm like,
You gotta
didn't
market yourself. You gotta
Yeah.
sell yourself in order to make
No.
it.
And at this
Bigger
time,
than that, it's free marketing.
But at, and
exactly, because
Right.
I'm getting paid to work to
Yeah.
be there anyways.
And,
And-
at, and at
right.
this time, flyers really meant something. Like
Hell
right now,
yeah.
we do flyers digitally.
Online, yeah.
There was
But
clubs.
there
There was clubs in
Facebook,
Florida
all
that
that.
wouldn't let you in for free or on the guest
But-
list or
but
anything
there
like
was-
that unless you had the flyer.
There was this beautiful thing that happened with like handheld flyers that you would put, like you would send your people at 1 p.m. to tag every single car that you can possibly tag.
Yo, I hated that,
No,
but
but
I loved it at the same
Oh,
time.
I did all that too.
Yeah, no,
Well,
I know.
listen,
I was there for that. I was in the brink of that.
Okay, so maybe you guys, right? Because I know you have relatives and friends. You probably guys had a team. Like every other promoter I've met has always had a team. I've always done this by myself. I used to put a book bag on, a JanSport, throw 5,000 flyers in there, and just walk around and leave them in cars.
Oh,
Did
that's
you used to
amazing,
match
bro.
your sneakers with your JanSport bag?
Nah, I wasn't that cool. I was not that guy. I was not that cool. I trust me, I was not.
Nah.
So,
First
so right,
of
so I
all,
got this.
don't be judging people that be doing that.
I wasn't
my
judging.
Vans
I was about to be
always
like-
match my JanSport backpack.
That's what I'm saying. I was gonna be like, hey, but
Nah,
black
that's-
No, it's,
I'm not
it's
that
still
cool.
fucking dope, bro. You way too cool.
Shut up! Stop it. So Rajiv opens his company, offer
Too
me
school for
the
cool.
job. I work with him, so I'm doing deliveries, dropping off flyers everywhere. So it kind of worked out for me. So when he merged with another company, they didn't need any more drivers because the other company already had drivers. So he's like, "Listen, you can come work for me. I'll pay you a couple of weeks till I find something for you to do." You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to leave you. You're a good employee. I want to take you with me. Or you can go home and collect for a little bit. And at that time, I was really heavy with the booking. So I told him, I'd rather collect. At that time, and this is something we're not going to discuss.
That's fine.
At that time, I was having a baby. So I said, you know what? I want to be there because I don't want to get into my personal stuff.
That was super personal, but go ahead.
Okay, so
But
I was
you are.
so I was having a baby, which you guys met. So when she was born, I was so I don't want to go. I don't want
literally
to
his
work.
carbon copy.
Yeah, thanks.
She's so cute.
She about to run Van Dome.
I'm sure she will.
Her
So I told him I don't want to work. I want to go collect for a little bit. By that time, I already had established CT Hookah, which I'll get more into that. I'm sorry.
Dope.
I know this is the whole purpose
No,
of
I
this.
know,
Hour
So-
later.
But this is again,
So
this
I'll
story.
get-
I already thought about it. This podcast is gonna be called The Origins, Part 1 and Part 2. The Origin.
Dale.
So
Period.
I ended up
Tato.
going to collect for a while, and then I had my baby, and that was my last real job. Okay, so starting with CT Hookah. So when we're doing the things in Vendome, I decided that I wanted to start my own company, CT Hookah Company.
Yeah, after paying one person from New York all
$200
travel $200 for one hookah.
Exactly.
Of course,
Right.
Actually, I
would,
think it was more like $250, but I don't.
I would
remember.
start my own hookah company too.
So I started CT Hookah back then. I don't remember the exact year. I know we're going on
11 years.
11 years.
Well, we're at 11 years.
11 years.
So you're going on 12.
What?
I think I'm going on 11. I don't know.
We just did 11 years.
We just okay, so it's 12.
Congratulations.
Last year was your 10 year you sold tickets last year.
Yo, you just got a
Yes.
you just got a raise or a bonus.
Hey,
Wait, what?
I heard that.
First of all,
It's recorded on the
First
PhatChat.
of all, you got 2 employees here.
Wow.
So before we continue, I don't know if you guys, well, at this point at episode 9, which we now know is going to be 9 and 9.5, we have CT Hookah that has sponsored us, and you've probably already heard the episode with CT Hookah staff, which is Felipe, Noeli, Joy, Christy, Des, and myself. We are CT Hookah, and the owner and founder of CT Hookah is now with us on episode 9.
Yeah.
DJ and Niño.
Woo!
Thank you for the hookah, baby. Thank you.
We about to add 8. We about to add 8 until CT Hookah.
Right.
She want to get on the payroll.
Add her to the
So-
roster.
Electricity
So,
paid.
So let me get into that story, right?
So how did CT Hookah start?
Okay. So based on doing that, I was like, you know what? I want to kind of start my own thing here. So the first thing I did was get my designer to do a logo. So I got a logo, and
Which is pretty dope.
That you've been using
I appreciate forever.
for this whole
Yeah,
this
for the
whole
whole-
decade.
We
the whole
even
time.
got shirts.
We got
Yeah,
no,
no.
not
Hey.
just regular shirts.
They're
embroidered,
Okay.
embroidered polos, dry fit.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Right, for when we
logo-
sweat.
You guys can't tell.
The first shirts were the same. And were the same material. And,
Really?
when I got them done again, it was Felipe's idea. I was like, yo, you should get the same ones we had back in the day. And that's why you guys got what you got now. All right, so let me finish. Hold on. Because I don't want to keep getting...
Start.
All right, so let me start, right? So I decided to start CT Hookah. Numerous reasons. I had my younger brother. I don't think none of you guys here know him. So for my younger brother, I wanted to kind of start the company with him and kind of put him on to do something, to make some money.
That's dope.
So the very first hookah employees that were mine were my little brother. If you've ever been to a club with me, he comes out every so often. And then another girl that worked with me in the phone card business. Her name is Laura. They call her La Chama. So they were my first 2 hookah
Shout out to La
employees.
Chama. I don't know Chama.
Yeah, you know her. Okay.
Right.
So I started this company, right? I got the logo done. I did all my homework. That's when a private conversation we had prior to starting, where I was telling you that I did the homework, finding out, and some of these cities that I called trying to find out what the story with hookah was, they didn't even know what it was.
Yep.
So this was way back when I started. So I started CT Hookah for a while, and then we were doing it at Vendome. So what I figured was, like, what best way to get this going, because people in Connecticut didn't know.
Yep.
So what we were doing was free hookah. We would
Right.
set up 2 hookahs with 2 flavors and let people smoke all night and try them.
Fuck.
And then you get those people asking, like, oh, can you put weed in this? Does it make you high? Is this illegal? Which still happens nowadays.
The kick is really when they sit there and be like, "Oh, can you put Hennessy instead of the water?"
Have you ever had
can-
it?
You can.
It's
You
good.
You can.
It's good,
You
but it's-
can.
I know you
Yeah.
can. It's just when they start asking you for that, it's like, damn, like you're already drinking.
So
Can you
I
just
will-
Charge the
relax?
premium.
Right. I will say
$50.
I've had it with a couple drops of THC, and it was not a Maya hookah. It was like yours,
KM.
like the it was yeah, it
The
was like
KM.
it was the KM hookahs. It was a bigger hookah, only because you get the better airflow.
I've done like orange juice. I've done milk. I've done water. I've done.
But with
liquor.
the THC drops, like it's
Okay,
a whole.
Let me make you laugh. So when I started doing that, trying it out because I thought I was cool, so I put Ciroc had just come out, so
Yeah.
I filled it up. I filled it
I
up with
would have
Ciroc.
bought it. I would have bought it.
Listen, I filled it up
I'm a
with
Ciroc boy.
Tito Flo still drinks Ciroc.
Really? All right.
There's
so,
3 bottles of Ciroc Coco.
So this is a story for you. So I didn't know any better, so I filled up the whole vase with Ciroc.
Oh no.
And then I put mint on it. And I swear to God, when I puffed it first, all the hairs in my nose fell off. It was so
Crossfaded.
bro, it was the worst.
Wasn't
All right.
even high.
His chest hair all
was
fell
Everything,
out.
everything. It was like
He had no beard, no
Nigga was
mustache.
nothing. Back then, I
No
really didn't
nose
have any of
hairs.
that.
By the
I
way,
haven't-
guys, you guys can't see us, but Nino still has all his hair on his head, on his face. He still got it. And on his chest.
Right.
Shout out to Niño for having all his hair.
Shout out to Stutters losing his hair. No, no.
Wow.
You know what? Shout out
I
to
can-
DJ Stutters
I can
right
say
now.
that. I can
Right.
fucking, I can
You know
fucking say
what?
that. He's my teacher. I can say that. Fuck him.
You're right.
He's so dope.
We
but
love
got no
DJ
hair.
Stutters.
Go ahead,
We
go
love
ahead,
DJ
go-
All right,
Stutters.
so,
Finishing up CT Hookah.
I decided to start the company. I put my brother to work. So when the time that came around for me to leave that job where I decided that I was going to go collect, I figured by the time my collection is done, CT Hookah would have taken off.
Okay.
So back then you could collect for like 2 years. So
Do
I'm
you? So I got a question. Do you know if there was hookah spots around Connecticut? Like, did you know that? Like, did you know the small spots
I
that
didn't
existed?
know any, but
Okay.
I know the place in Fairfield was already there. I think
Sky Hookah?
Yeah,
All right.
when I started.
Yeah, Mediterranean still exists in downtown
yeah,
New
yeah.
Haven.
Yeah,
and
but those only people who smoke hookah there was their own people.
Their own
You know,
people.
Latinos
Yes,
didn't do that. It wasn't a
yes.
club thing.
Yep.
You know, so when we started doing a Van Dome, you know, things just kind of grew. And at one time, I had like 16 employees, and I did all the accounts in Connecticut
off of hookahs.
off of hookahs. Yes,
16 employees.
Yeah, 16
So you were
employees.
like, you branched out. You had
I
spots with hookahs.
I did hookahs everywhere in Connecticut. I
shit.
did all the clubs in
See,
Connecticut.
I didn't even know how big CT Hookah was.
Well, you remember when you started, you bought the hookahs for me.
Well, no, absolutely.
Shout
No,
out to
I was gonna
CT
get to that.
Hookah.
Yeah. I had
Hey.
I had flow hookahs.
Exactly.
But I did. You were the only person I knew to
Yeah,
reach
that
out
was
to.
doing that. Yeah.
Dan,
So I did all the clubs in Connecticut, and then eventually, obviously, you know, it's kind of these businesses that, you know, people end up buying their own and doing their own thing. So I lost a lot of accounts, but I had all these people working for me. I train everybody myself, you know, and I made hats. I actually even created an app that was never released. I kind of dumped the idea. I still got the screenshots of the app. So I had all my staff come into Van Dome one day, and I had the photographer there take pictures of everybody, and I created.
I love pictures for memories. I love it.
No, this
Well,
is amazing.
If you check the CT Hookah page on Facebook or the business or the regular one, I think you can still see the screenshots of like my brother and Mike, which I don't think you've met Mike yet. Mike Primo, who was one of my other employees.
Yes, we've met. We've met Primo.
You met Primo? Okay, all right.
We've met Primo.
Okay,
He
fine.
made
make
sure
sure-
that we knew that he was like, yo, I know you work for CT Hookah now, but I was CT Hookah like 10 years ago. And I'm like,
So
okay, dude, but I don't know
Slow
you,
down.
so
Okay, guy.
So this
Relax.
is what happened.
$30. $30, and you better tip my
after
girl
a while,
too.
So this is what happened. After a while, my brother kind of left. He didn't want. We wasn't making money because there was nothing. There was nothing to be made. Nobody wanted to smoke, and we were giving it for free.
But now
So he
everybody
left.
want to smoke.
Yes.
Everybody's like,
So after a while,
tráeme
I
la
ended up meeting Primo, and I offered him the job. I'm like, listen, there's something I'm working on. You know, you could keep whatever tips you make, whatever they pay you, you can make. I just want you to come and do it. I want people to try it. So after 2 years of giving away hookah for free, we started selling them at $10, which
Wow.
was the
That
price.
explains a
I
lot.
remember that.
Ash.
So
That explains.
if you ask Felipe, we were doing $10 till
So-
probably the last 3 years.
So-
or 4 years, we were
so-
doing $10.
So
we
before
just
you-
raised the price.
I want you.
we
to
just
finish.
raised the price. 10 years later.
well,
I want-
It's only right because at
No,
this
no.
point, hookahs are already popular. So why?
I want
Yeah.
you. I want you to finish the story, but before you do,
But you're also providing
so you
a service,
you killed.
so it's like
you
definitely
killed.
you gonna pay.
You killed the nightlife with hookah.
Yes.
You
People.
you killed it,
people
Or enhanced the nightlife.
or killed it.
it depends how you look at it.
Yeah.
I,
Right.
I had this conversation with other people because a lot of people blame the hookah for killing, what it was, the dancing vibe and
Technology did something to it, and then
technology-
hookah did something else to it.
Exactly. So, and if I were to blame one specific thing, and this is funny because I know we're going to get to the story, I would blame Wednesdays. Because that was the first hookah night we had in Connecticut where it was a hookah thing.
Yeah,
You would
but
buy a
that
bottle,
was-
you would get a free hookah.
Hey, you get a free hookah.
But wasn't
Fuck
that
you?
wasn't that?
I was in
and then let me tell you why that's fault. Because we didn't have a dance floor. It was all tables.
Yeah,
Nobody
yeah,
did that
yeah,
prior
yeah.
to that.
Yeah.
So that's another story. So yes.
So
CT
so
hookah-
Nino is to blame to kill the fucking DJ night.
Facts.
Nah,
The
'cause you know
nightlight.
what?
No,
So
it-
DJ, promoter, and I own CT Hookah, amongst other things I do. Other things I do are kind of a little bit more private stuff. I don't really want to discuss, but I do other things for money, legal things. I say,
Hey.
Fulano de tal. Thank you for adding that.
yeah,
I
so-
mean,
That
I'm
like
gonna-
footnote. That footnote at the end of the
Yeah,
asterisk.
of the description.
The
Let's be
asterisk at the
real
bottom.
though,
Well, listen.
because when it comes to like hookahs and stuff, I wasn't really a big hookah smoker until my sister moved back from Florida and everything. but we were born and raised here in Hartford, you know. So
In
it's
Hartford?
like
Hartford.
I'm sorry.
You heard her
Did
say
I come
that.
off like that?
Yeah, you
I
said it
swear
like
I
that.
don't have an
You
accent, but
definitely
I'm
said it
definitely
like you were from
Hartford.
Boston.
But I'm definitely not from Boston. I'm from Hartford, Connecticut. A60.
She said it again.
But
Listen, I'm just gonna park the car in
sit here
Hartford.
and say I wasn't a big hookah smoker until Ashley moved back, because in Florida, hookah smoking is definitely a big thing. And
Yeah,
like they got
there's
hookah
hookah lounges
lounges
on every corner.
that sit there. It's like
But
McDonald's on every block.
But they also have different regulations.
Of
This
course.
was
Oh,
this was
that's a whole
Connecticut.
noth-
Like just
You
like
know?
Nino said, this was Connecticut.
Right.
And it still isn't fully legal in
as I-
Connecticut.
Completely understandable.
And the research that I've learned, Connecticut was super like past. Like they had no idea even what this thing was. That there was no regulations
Absolutely.
to it whatsoever.
And I honestly don't even understand why they even have a regulation where it's like, oh, you can't have drinks.
Well,
and
they
hookah
started
and
because
things. Like,
taxing. You want to
it's
tax
stupid.
no. Every state want to tax. They want to tax on
Of
everything.
course.
It's the same thing that's
They
going
want
on with
money
fucking
on
it's the same
anything.
thing that's going on with
Okay,
weed
so
and shit
now
like
that
that.
is-
Now weed is becoming regulated and
So then
controlled, and you
think
can
that
tax
once
on
they
it.
And it's
regulate
gonna be
the whole
taxed.
weed
So-
thing, that
so-
they're going to regulate the hookah thing?
No, they're
Is
already
that-
regulating the hookah thing. That's why they're.
Hookah's considered
That's why
smoking.
it's a lot harder to get
It
a
is,
spot.
but it's tobacco.
No, it was different because you can't. So even smoking cigarettes in the 90s was a thing. You can go to the airport and you can smoke. You can go.
I know
you can
people
be,
that
you
were
can be on
smoking
the airport.
cigarettes in high school.
You can no. But what I'm saying is no.
Like
high,
on their campus.
high school doesn't
No.
matter. But
It's
you can
the
be,
location we're talking about.
You can be.
Now
you
it's
can be on an
illegal.
air,
Of course, absolutely.
You were able to be in an airplane in the 90s and smoke a
smoke,
cigarette. You know, like there was no restrictions, and then you started seeing the restrictions come. And this is not hookah. This is just smoking cigarettes. The restrictions came where it was like, okay, we're gonna split our restaurant. Half can smoke here, and half can't smoke. And then the airport started saying no smoking, but we're gonna create. They literally spend money on creating smoking
lounges.
areas.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Absolutely.
that with plants and stuff like that, and it still exists now. Like you go to Six Flags and you can smoke. You can't smoke regularly walking.
have
but you
designated
can,
areas.
Exactly. So imagine what happened when hookahs were a thing, and no legislator knew. And I said that wrong. My bad. Knew what.
Legislator?
Yeah. Oh, you said it right. They didn't even know what hookah was. So to control that,
course.
there has to be a controlled environment in order to tax.
Absolutely.
And
And
the
especially
same
because
thing that's
it's
happening.
tobacco.
It's the same thing that's happening with weed. Now they're taxing weed, and they have no problem because they're making millions on weed
Of
and
course.
selling it. So the same thing happened with hookah. Hookah went on a different level because it was so unknown of what it even was or how it even functioned. And what happens now is you can't smoke where you sell liquor in Connecticut. That's the big thing.
Honestly, it makes absolutely
wasn't
no
that
sense.
like a-
and I
Or
think
food,
that's
or
ghetto,
food, or you can't
you
have
know?
food and liquor around where you're smoking hookah.
Yeah, no.
Why not? I mean-
smoking in general, because that
And it's smoking in general.
I think that law came around like 2002, because in PR it was around that.
No. It came recently. This is
In
a new
Connecticut.
thing. This is a new thing. It was.
I remember
It wasn't
that.
even a part. It was like an additive. It was added to the laws. It was just added because of the money.
that they were
and-
losing out.
Yeah, all the money that was being made off of this, and how do you control it?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, in Puerto Rico, I remember when I was like 16 when they passed this law where you couldn't smoke and drink inside of the clubs anymore.
Yeah.
And-
But hookah was a different thing because there was something about cigarettes, but it was different with hookah. It was just different, and there was no rules against that, and no one knew what it even was.
It doesn't. But
until
now,
Niño came and created, what he
Yup.
created.
Wow.
like he said before, we all blame Niño.
Just blame this dude, bro.
Blame Niño.
Blame me.
No,
yeah.
it really
I remember,
was.
and now it's a thing. It's like a spot don't have hookah, people don't want to go.
And now
that's a
we're
complaint.
there.
Shout
So-
out to Tyler River.
Yeah.
Tyler River, si no hay hookah, no voy.
Yeah.
Pero,
Yeah.
Yo
but it's
no
also-
voy.
But you know what is also a bad thing, because you can have a really good club. An example, I DJ in Holyoke and City Sports Bar. Shout out to them. They have a really dope spot, but the city of
Was that a
Holyoke.
shameless plug? It was.
He didn't even do
Dude,
it in a.
dude hasn't spoke the whole time.
Because
And
you
was
guys
like,
are speaking,
shout
and he's
out.
learning. So, and the owner is upset at the city because the city doesn't permit it. But then again, Massachusetts as a state has legal smoking, but Holyoke has hookahs banned.
They don't
So
sell
they're
Newports, though.
trying to fight it so they
Let's
can get it
be
back.
real.
Let me tell you what happened in Mass. They actually prohibited all that stuff. So places that can only do it are places that got grandfathered in.
Grandfathered
but
in.
you can't buy. You can't. In case you didn't know,
you can't come in as a new owner.
You can't come in as a new owner.
Same
and
thing
you
in
can't
Connecticut.
You can't buy hookah supplies in Massachusetts.
Like there ain't no
Anywhere.
wait
For real.
list.
Yeah, you cannot.
It's the same in Connecticut. There's
You know they were going to do it here too,
There's-
they were going to try it in Bridgeport, the first city. So anything that had flavor, because they wanted. The thing is, they don't like vapes. They're trying to do. They didn't like hookah, but they let it slide. But vapes, they're against it totally.
But
so
people
what
are
they want?
gonna do it regardless.
No, but
And-
there's still rules. There's still rules that you have to follow as like a
there
business.
There are rules.
Yeah.
There definitely are rules. And
So
you
I'll
know
tell
what?
you that. I'll tell you this.
It's a taxing issue. They
It
want
is.
money.
I'll tell you this.
definitely is.
The
They try to
only
make money
way
off that shit.
about I would say about like 8 years ago, the only way that you were able to have to like come in and be like, I want to have a hookah spot. It was only if it was like a membership. So you can have hookahs, but it was a membership. You had to have everybody's name, everybody's
Membership
info,
only.
membership
Like a social
only.
club.
Yeah, like a social club. That was the only way that you were able to have hookah. You couldn't have it at a nightclub that
Yeah.
was selling liquor and selling food. And there's places still in Connecticut that are grandfathered in. So bless them, because they're good. They're good to go. They can sell hookah, they can sell liquor, they can sell food, but it's only grandfathered in.
That is very
So
true.
I killed the nightlife. All
But
right.
now here's my question. But here's my question.
Definitely
Maybe
not
that should be the
And
title.
maybe
DJ
you-
and
No,
Niño
no,
kill the
no.
nightlife.
You know, a lot of people don't know that I was the first. And sometimes in conversation, I bring that up, and people look at me like I'm crazy. I was like, yeah, I was the one that
I would
first
say
did
you-
it.
you-
And
you-
you know what? Promoters, DJs, everyone laughed at me when I started it. They say, "Oh, that's a New York thing. It will never take off here."
It
They
definitely
laughed at
did,
me.
especially when COVID
Que
hit. Everybody
bochinche.
wanted to buy a hookah.
No.
Like,
Yes.
I definitely did. Well,
Yes.
I'm going to
I
speak
think
for example.
I think with COVID, what happened was that a lot of people wanted to bring that ambiance into their homes because we had nowhere to go.
Exactly.
But we were able to build that ambiance within our homes because we also not to say that DJs helping DJs was the project that me and Fat worked on with Angela. Shout out to Angela, a really good bartender of Hartford.
Shout out to Angie.
Shout out to Angie.
Hey,
I
we
haven't
love
seen her in
you.
over a year.
Me
More than that, she,
More than
that.
she
More
than that.
exited out the nightlife after COVID.
She totally did, but not. That's because of a lot of because of her actual career. But
Right.
shout out to that project that we were able to work on. A lot of us were able to bring the DJ's ambiance and the DJ's music into our homes because of the avenue of social media.
Right.
So I think it blew up with the pandemic in the last year and a half because
More, but it was already
I would
big
say
prior
even
to that.
before, even
It was
before,
big.
that,
Before that was
definitely
big.
Prior
like
to
if
that.
let's get to los miércoles no se respetan. Let's talk about
Ooh,
that a
Look
little
at
bit.
you.
All right, so
that
we're-
was a
Tito-
good Spanish.
Yeah.
Tito's
Hey,
getting
shout out to Tito.
Tito's getting tipsy.
All right, so we're done with the hookah conversation. All right,
He's sweating.
So I'm to blame. Okay,
He's
I
sweating
get it.
over here.
You're not. I wouldn't even say you're the blame. I would say like you.
Me and smartphones.
You and smartphones, yes. But you found an avenue, and you
Of
took
avenue
it.
of making money,
Yeah,
an
and you
avenue
took
of
it and
creating
you
an
built
ambiance.
it, and
Yes.
and it, to be honest with you, it still fucking exists. Like it's not even like it's you to blame. It's just
But it doesn't
you
just
found an
exist.
avenue of.
It's prominent
and
in
it-
the nightlife
but
of Connecticut.
I would say
Right.
the nightlife has, even from the 80s, like even the 70s, disco, like hip hop, all that shit, everything has grown through time. And this is just where we are right now. We went from dancing in the middle of the dance floor with fucking like lights on the floor to now chilling in a fucking
Right.
table with your people. Not meeting
Yes.
people with your people,
Yeah.
smoking the hookah. It's just a different limelight. You can't.
Shout out to los miércoles.
Yes. Word.
I mean-
you can't blame anything for that. It's just what the people wanted at that time, and they went for it, and that's why it was so successful. That's why Niño was so successful, because he saw it
Thank you.
before it even happened.
Shout out to Primo. By
You
the
know.
way.
Exactly.
Shout
So let's go. Let's start with your
All right, so-
with your Wednesdays.
so next
These
question-
fucking Wednesdays.
So we're gonna go into Wednesdays directly.
Oh, we're gonna go directly
do you
to
have
Wednesdays.
Do you have a question,
Can I
or
be
do you want to
very
just jump
honest
into
with you
this
though?
shit?
I want to be very honest. We were totally planning on going to the last one that you definitely promoted.
did.
You missed out. You
and,
weren't missed. Thank you. Next subject. Let's go.
Don't do that.
Fat
Don't
no
do that.
sirve.
No estuvo, se lo
I
perdí, no
barely
hacía falta.
spoke.
Pero,
Okay?
pero.
So-
Listen, we
Wait,
have
shameless plug. Shameless plug. Can I?
No.
Hold up.
No.
No,
Hold
I don't
on.
know what the fuck is going on right
hold
now.
on a
I've
second.
heard
Hold on.
nothing but good reviews
Hold
about
on.
your events and everything.
I
so
appreciate
you
it.
know what?
Oh, you talking about where you
I
where
definitely
you are right now?
regretted it.
No,
I was
no,
like,
no.
you know what? I should have just went to work.
The
How
last
was it?
night, which you were there, Where
Yeah,
he
we
was
all
there.
were there.
We
Oh,
took
yeah,
a group.
of
We
course.
took a group
Yeah,
picture.
yeah,
Remember?
yeah, I remember
It's
that,
a dope
yeah.
picture, by the way. We took a group picture.
But let's not
can
even
we
talk
see
about
that
that right
photo,
now.
though?
Let's go.
And that-
Let's start with the beginning, and then we can
Wasn't
end with
that
that.
the last picture that I was fat?
Actually, yes, it was.
No, it was.
It wasn't.
No, it was not because you got your surgery the October before the pandemic, and the last event that he had was on the cusp.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
So
I
no.
actually made a special appearance. Everybody went crazy because I was supposed to be out.
Yeah. All right. But anyway,
Sure.
with all that fucking said, that was a lot. Let's go to the beginning of this night, which honestly I love, I appreciate, and even me as a promoter, I try to create a Wednesday night of just chill vibes, like in my area in New Haven, because I know you're in Waterbury. So, but I want to hear, because the idea is just is so beautiful. Like I love the whole.
Thank you.
No, seriously, the whole thing of it. It's a
Thank you.
Wednesday, and it's a Wednesday where no one works. You know, no one works in the nightlife. We work
Yes.
Thursday, college night, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then like this dude just took a Wednesday and was like, "I want you to say it."
All
So,
right.
so you say it.
All
Yeah.
right.
Well, let me just say this real quick before you start, because I've heard so many reviews about your los miércoles no se respetan and everything. And first of all, I don't speak Spanish, so you know
That was good. She
if
practiced.
I said it like that,
She
that it was a
practiced.
big deal.
Because I got
That's
really
a
upset
practice,
at her.
okay?
The reason why we didn't go. That's
Don't
why.
judge me, because
Oh, you
we
got-
totally plan on going. But
You guys never went.
we
Thank
didn't
you.
go
No,
to the
I
last
was
one.
dressed.
We
I was
wanted
ready to go.
This is beautiful
we
because
were totally ready
it's
to
not
go.
like he had one
But
night.
I wanted
It's not like he
Niño.
had one venue. He
no,
had
no,
like
no.
fucking 5 different
Right.
venues.
Exactly.
I definitely
That-
just wanted Niño
that
to
he
know
dealt with
that,
this shit.
like,
So before we get into that, right?
Start with
She
just-
wanted to drop some gems. So go ahead. I'm gonna let you say it.
Go ahead.
You gonna wait? Hold on.
tag her.
Before-
Wait, tag her
wait.
in. You gotta tag
Okay,
her in.
so in
Tag.
case,
He, her, him.
in case you guys don't know
Or missed any of it.
or missed any of
Say all
los
of it.
miércoles no se
All of
respetan,
it.
I'm gonna need you guys when you hear this episode to keep a lookout on the flyers, because CT Hookah staff, Lo Máximo Sundays gang, shout out to my Lo Máximo Sunday gang. We're all gonna be showing y'all when the next date is for Los Miércoles No Se
shit.
Respetan.
So this is a thing.
So this is
Back from
okay.
your- from
First set here.
First set
First
here
set here.
Fat
on
chat.
the Fat Chat.
That's
Chat
it.
exclusive. So we're gonna
That
have to
is
drop
a
this
Fat
episode
Chat
next
is
week.
exclusive.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's
Okay,
what's
so
up.
real quick.
This is the part 2 of the episode, though.
Yeah, so-
so not next
Shout
week.
out to Niño, because I know that when Niño every Wednesday's like, "Lo Miércoles no se respetan," it's like, and everybody just commented, and, it's like, and I wrote to Niño,
No,
it was
it was-
like last week.
It's
Yeah.
it was
And
a
I like,
beautiful
Niño,
thing, man.
You're gonna have to
So
make this
many
happen because
people
everybody is.
talk
And then he
about
threw me
it,
something that's
like-
I want the scoop, bro.
But okay, now with all that said,
Can I get
right? Everybody's done. Everybody done saying everything that we're gonna say. I want you to explain what that night is, because that's the most important thing.
All right.
That's
Absolutely.
because that's what made the night.
Okay. So this is what it was. So obviously, like you mentioned before, we work the nightlife. So we work in Thursday nights, we work in Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, et cetera, et cetera. So my only day to go out was Wednesdays, and I would go visit the bars, have a drink, and I would go with Laura, La Chama. We would go to places. We would go actually prestigious one places. We would go. We went to Gemini in Hartford. We went to all these places. So she brought it to me, and it was like, Niño, we should do our own Wednesday. And I'm like, nah, I don't want to.
Really, that was the start.
Yeah, she was the one who told me we should do it. I'm like, no. So for months she was on my ass, like, hey, we should do it. We should do it. I'm like, no. So one day, I don't know what happened, and I'm like, you know what? All right, so let's sit down and talk. So I sat down. Yes, if you can grab me another one, please. So I sat down with her, like, oh, listen, all right. So let's give this Wednesday thing a try, but it has to be done my way. It has to be done the way I wanted to do it. So, hopefully it will be a success. So
Just so you guys know, that's how Niño does
yes,
everything.
everything. Yes,
Everything, whether it
there-
comes to a booking for his DJing, when it
there-
comes to his promotion, when it comes to CT Hookah, when it comes to him having a night in your establishment, you have to do it the Niño way. But typically,
I would
not
say
typically,
that-
maybe
I would say there is a beauty to his
There-
technique.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because even when, and I know this is like jumping a few years ahead. When you started doing brunches, I remember when you hit me up and you were like, come, we're doing like 2 weeks before we even open up.
Oh yeah, I
And, like,
invited you
like-
to the.
yeah, yeah,
See,
like-
this is something that
so
they
this-
don't know.
yeah,
so I
so
had
this
a
is-
private. I have a private
Yeah.
brunch.
So he holds private events.
Exactly.
With the people that he knows, and he literally asks everyone,
What do you think?
Like,
Feedback.
was
yeah.
it bad? Was it good? What do you think? How can
Yeah.
I make it better? So this
Exactly.
is something much appreciated. And again, this is the reason why, and I say this all the time, this is the reason why you have existed as long as you've existed.
Thank you.
Because it's very easy. Again, it's very easy for somebody to walk in and be like, yo, I'm going to copycat this nigga. And I'm going to do it better because I'm popular. But they don't understand the work that happens
That was put in.
behind, and especially during, like, today, the social media and all that shit, because that's it. That is what we're not doing flyers. We're not putting flyers on people's cars anymore. It's the backtrack. And when people start realizing, oh shit, this is a lot of work, and they die in a month, and they die in 2 months, you know. But this is the reason why, because this dude really does a
Thanks.
calculated, like,
Yes.
networking of,
I do.
of his events.
I don't ever freestyle anything.
Yeah.
I have a plan, and I have
And that's
kind of
why-
a road. Like, all right, this is how I'm going to start, and this is the direction I'm going to take.
Yeah.
And as we go, and we'll get to brunch, and
Yeah,
I'll tell you the
go
whole
ahead.
process
Yeah.
of the brunch. We'll get to that too. So Wednesday, so Laura finally convinced me to do it. I had some guys from LMP who used to do LMP radio when we used to do transmit live, and they had a show called Los Lunes No Se Respetan. So I'm like, I like that name. I want to do it.
That was in New York, though, right?
That was in New York.
Because in New York, you could do Mondays.
Exactly. So they had but it was a radio show. It was like sort of like this.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's good, though. I like
Okay.
that, bro. Inspiration
I've
is
never said
grown,
that
bro.
before, but
No, I like
yes.
that.
Shout out to Goodfella, who's one of the people who were doing that show. So we started Wednesdays. We sat down. We talked. I told him my terms. This is how we should do it. I think this would work. We got to do a night catered to the nightlife. People who bartend, who do hookahs, who bottle
The
girls.
industry folk.
Industry folk. It was strictly an industry night.
Absolutely.
So our thing was like, all right. So we we'll give away a hookah. Anybody who buys a bottle, try to get people going with that. And that's how we started the night. So we decided that November.
What year was this?
2013 or 2013.
2013. What was the first location?
Okay, the first location was Casa Taina, who's now Levels.
Yep.
Levels by Janet.
Yep.
So we started there because
Respect.
Laura.
Rest in peace, Janet.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Janet. Laura worked there, and she was trying to convince me to do a night there because their weekend was a little slow. So she's like, "We want you to come," and I didn't want to work because I didn't want to work in Waterbury. I didn't want to do no nights in Waterbury,
Even though you're from Waterbury?
exactly because I just felt like I grew.
It's
in.
interesting. Like,
I was
it's
doing New
interesting
Haven.
that
I
you're
was doing
doing, you're doing a lot of spots outside of the place that you're from.
exactly. So I didn't want to do it. So she convinced me. I gave her the terms. I told her this is how we should do it. She agreed. We decided to start November 5th. I think, and that was the first Wednesday.
You
And,
think? That was very specific, bro.
well, the reason we chose that day because one of the girls we were hiring to do bottle service, her name is.
Oh, I can't wait to get on that topic.
Yeah.
One of the girls who did
We're
bottle
about to
service.
release this whole episode just how it is.
Jatna, one of the girls who we hired to do bottle service, it was her birthday. So we're like, yo, she knows mad people. This would be a great catapult to start this night.
Dope.
Jatna, who happens to be Menor's sister, if you guys know Menor.
Bro, fucking shout out to Menor,
Shout out to
bro. I
Menor in the
fucking love that
building.
nigga.
Yeah.
Is
Yo,
that the
so-
respect my Frenchies do?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So I got a question.
Follow him on IG.
Did you do like a pre, like you did Lozano? Like you just
No,
did
no.
this from the jump? Like
I did it from the jump. We got the flyer ready.
You heard the idea.
I
you were
booked-
like, fuck it, let's do it.
And let's do it.
All
I put it together. I told her the plan. We'd executed our grand opening. If you know Casa Taina back then, it was very slow. Only had one VIP, very small, and we had one VIP. And we hired 3 girls to work the floor, and we opened, and it was a decent night. And then we just kept going from there, and it grew to this thing. Where
And then, but what came from it? Because again, like this is, I don't know if you, I don't think you said anything about this, but this was a night where it was like because I remember talking to you like personally, like long time ago, before you even knew who I was, and it was you talked about being an industry night.
Yes, because
Okay.
I just thought like, okay, instead of me going other places to spend my money on a Wednesday, maybe I could do my own night where I could just hang out with friends, people I know from the business, and just chill.
Yep,
I didn't
because-
expect for it to take off and be like a party night.
'Cause
it was just kind of a chill shit.
And I want the viewers and listeners to know that nothing is going on Wednesday. There's absolutely fucking nothing going on.
The only things going on Wednesday, I think back then, still Room 916 Hartford had a Wednesday that Craig G and Playtime started.
Okay.
Which was going on for years.
Yeah.
Very popular Wednesday night.
And I do know that in New Haven, Terminal 110. So I'm gonna shout them out.
This is before
they had an
existed.
R&B night, but I don't know if that was during the time. Yeah,
No,
so
this is way
okay.
after.
So I
This is
would
way
Ooh,
after.
can we do an R&B night?
I would
please?
say this. I would say that
This is
you
before
know,
them.
All
So
these
the only thing that was going on, just to finish telling
Yeah.
you that, was that, and then the salsa nights. There was numerous places doing
Okay.
salsa nights on
Yep.
Wednesdays,
Yep.
even in New Haven.
Yes.
So that was the only thing going on Wednesday. There was nothing Latin urban that was really happening besides the salsa and Room 960.
But even past that, again, all these bartenders, all these promoters, all these DJs, all these club owners
My original customers
are working Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. No one is doing anything Wednesday.
Exactly.
And this ends up being like a place to
For all
go
of them.
to for everyone. So it ended up being like a network, like
Exactly.
Mongol. Like it was huge.
all the customers were all club people.
So I honestly I can't remember if I went on like the first night or if I went as I started seeing the progression. But was it like that from the beginning?
We did very good from the beginning. I remember we probably had, in my 6-year history of doing the night, I think I've had probably 5 slow nights.
That's
And
great.
consider-
You said 5 years?
in the 5 years, the last year I'm not even going to count, but 5 years I had 5 slow nights, and some of them were because of snow. We had to close because of snow, and I remember one of the first very slow night we had was because it was raining. So that was the beginning of it. Shout out to the girls that worked for me then, and then we ended up expanding.
That's over 600 nights, by the way. If anybody's not paying attention,
Okay.
that's over 600 nights.
It's a lot.
And you had 5 bad nights.
5 bad nights.
That's crazy.
And
On a Wednesday.
and on
And
a
we
Wednesday.
all fucking worked in the morning Thursday.
And out of that, out of all those 5 years, I had 2 fights
Wow.
in the night. 2 fights.
And what was the name?
Los miércoles no se respetan.
Say it again.
Yo,
say
no,
it again. Say it again.
It was-
Los miércoles no se respetan.
Pero con un poquito de...
No, hold on. Say it because
I'm using my Barry White voice.
I'm going to play this shit when he hires me for the new one. Say it again. Say it again.
Whoa.
Los miércoles no se respetan.
Oh, I'm playing that
I
shit.
think-
Yes.
I think DJ Tito Flo just put in his application with his resume and was like, when you hire me,
Welcome to Flow Studios.
Yeah.
hey,
but you know
shout
what?
out to Flow Studios.
So we started the. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No,
No,
you
I
say.
was just gonna continue. Just saying. So we started the night. We ended up hiring more girls to work. I remember we interviewed one girl. Her name is Mia. For you guys who know
I remember her.
Yeah, 'cause
So we
it's
started her.
Mia.
She had no.
Mia.
She had no. No experience in nightlife, I remember, and then after like the second week out, I told Laura, "Yo, we should fire her. She's not cut out for this. She's not cut out for this." And what's funny is that out of all this time, she ended up being the best employee.
Yeah.
that's the best. That's who Chris.
The loyalist one.
Yeah.
That's the alley
Yes.
I needed.
I
Let me
listen.
tag me in.
I wasn't even going to mention that, but yes, she has been.
No, we're gonna talk about that
My
later.
most loyal employee to and friend to this day.
And I've seen the photo shoots
and
of her too.
And Chris Mel, who was trained by her.
Shout out Chris Mel.
Yeah.
Yes.
If y'all don't know who Chris Mel is, she is part of the Lo Maximo Sundays gang,
Yes.
but she is also the bar manager of where we at on Sundays. Faithfully Shout out to Chris Mel.
This
Shout
is
out
like-
to Tropics.
Listen, I just want everybody to know this is fucking gems dropped on PhatChat. Like this
Right.
is fucking
Yes.
gems.
This
bro.
episode right here has so many gems, so many gems, which is why I don't think we should part it. I don't think we should do anything. We should just drop it.
Drop a 2-hour episode.
2-hour episode,
Why
and
not?
if you come along, listen.
Yo,
For any-
enjoy the ride.
Listen, for this episode, if you're a new listener, you're going to learn a lot about where we all strive to be or who we all strive to be in the nightlife. You know, we all have our own identities. We all have our own paths. We all have everything that we want to go for. But listen, when it comes to pioneers, like Stutters has said in the past, he has his own podcast. Shout out to Spinach Digest. Follow them on SoundCloud. Listen to their episodes.
I was there too.
Yeah,
Yes, you
I know.
definitely were there, and I've heard the episodes, and that's more of a DJ's aspect, which is beautiful because I'm addicted to those episodes. I've listened to all those episodes. I'm not all of them. I'm lying. I've listened to the majority of them, but when it comes to this episode on the Fat Chat, episode 9 with DJ and Niño, listen, the amount of gems that are, if you are not part of the nightlife anywhere.
You're gonna understand it.
You
now.
will still understand
You're
it,
gonna
and you
understand
would
it now.
understand why is it that we came together,
Yeah.
and why is it that people strive to be in the nightlife when you live in CT or when you party in CT.
And the struggles.
And the struggles, because when it comes to a niño sabe que yo lo amo porque
Thank
lo
you.
amo,
Thank you,
y
Remy.
yo lo
Appreciate that.
soporto
Oye.
porque lo amo.
Niño, límpiate
Emphasized.
el ojo, límpiatelo porque vi un chupeteo de ojo ahí, cabrón, de verdad.
No, es verdad, es verdad. Y la mayoría de la gente que ha trabajado con niños sabe que nosotros trabajamos por niños, y es porque un gran amor que tenemos por niños, por el hombre que él es hasta el día de hoy, hasta el sol de hoy, y también
Thank you.
por lo que has hecho en el nightlife de nosotros.
Oye, you speak
Thank you.
Spanish really good.
So,
Oh, gracias.
now I got a real
De
quick,
ese
now I got a
hermana.
good question since we're
But I do
Wait,
have-
First language.
before we go on,
I agree.
Like, I want him to finish his Wednesday.
All right.
Bueno, los miércoles no se respetan.
No
ha
se
sido un success completo,
It's a
total.
phenomenon, bro.
People are
Phenomenon.
still
Thank you.
requesting
To
that shit.
people,
okay?
no, listen.
Yeah.
Not to get too personal with DJ Niño, but I think he wouldn't be upset if I said this real quick. And if he does, then I will go ahead and cut it out. But hay mucha gente que todavía hasta el sol de hoy, 2000, we're what 9/15/2021.
Yes.
9/15/2021
Yes.
y todavía le están pidiendo a él que for him to get a place where he can do los miércoles no se respetan todos los miércoles.
Yeah, I appreciate
Every
that.
single Wednesday.
I get offers
So
all
the
the
real
time.
question
gets-
is, are you in retirement or are you
No.
just
No,
not
no.
I
doing
can
Me
answer
anything?
retire? Me retire?
No, not from the whole life. I'm talking about just
Wednesdays
los
was retired.
miércoles
It was
No,
retired.
no
we
se
retired.
respetan.
I retired. Yeah,
Right.
I
But-
completely
okay.
retired the idea.
Continue your story about Wednesdays.
All right,
Until
so-
its end.
All right, so I had we did Don Miércoles at Casa Taina for about 2-3 years. We started having differences there, and I felt like I wasn't appreciated, so I decided to leave. So I moved the night down the street to a place called Illusions, which
Yeah.
is now Prestige 2.0. I moved it there. Another gem. The very first place I DJ'd club was Prestige 2.0, Illusions. That was the first nightclub I DJ'd in '96. So
Wow.
just in case you never knew
Wow.
that. First place I ever DJ'd in a club, yes. Yeah. So I have history with that building.
Yeah.
Okay, so we moved there. We were there for 2-3 years, and I just felt like things weren't going great there after a while, so I moved it again down the street further. I went from East Main to West Main.
Yep.
Yep.
We went to Casa Taina. We were there for a little bit. And then after Casa Taina, I decided to take a little break. Things weren't going great there, so I decided to take a break. And I stopped the night for about 6 months. I ended up starting Los Máximos Sundays in Norwalk. Was
I
my
remember
next
that.
thing. Where Soho is now. I'm there on Saturdays.
Yep.
I started Sundays there. And then I kind of, come wintertime, I kind of stopped that and I started Los Miércoles again in what's now Lit Lounge.
Lit Lounge. I
So I
remember
was
that.
there for about a year and change.
And that's
then-
where-
For
And-
those that don't know what lit was back then, it was steel.
Yeah, it was called Steel.
Yeah.
But no, when I did Los Miércoles, it was called Lit.
It was,
Yeah, exactly. I remember that.
Yeah,
It
they
was great.
transitioned. They went there. Yep.
Exactly. So yeah, the whole
It was a journey.
el transcurso fue 6 años que yo estaba haciendo Los Miércoles, and towards the end, I didn't have love for it anymore. I thought the idea was kind of burnt out. People still loved it, but I didn't love it anymore. And
that's
one
okay.
Of, one
That's
of the
okay.
reasons, and it's okay. Well, you kind of outgrow things.
You grew out of things.
I grew out of things,
That's
and I
okay.
tell you, the main reason why I left it, and this is something conversation I had with a few people, not many, but the real reason I left Los Miércoles, I didn't want to do it anymore, is because my daughter was getting older, and I felt I used to bring her to school every day, and I just felt like every Thursday morning, I would tell my daughter, "Oh, Daddy doesn't feel good." It's because I was drunk, or amanecido, or just
Drunk?
tired because I slept like an hour.
Bro.
So I slept an hour. So I would tell, "Hey,
say the least.
Daddy doesn't feel good," you know. And as my daughter was getting older, I just felt like by then she know what was going on. And I kind of got embarrassed. It was just more like, okay, my daughter knows I'm drunk, so she's gonna think
Shout
I'm an
out to
alcoholic.
girl dads though,
if
because
you
you,
don't,
made that change.
if you don't mind, how old was she around this? You don't have to say it.
6,
6, 7. All right,
7.
6, 7. All right.
I don't remember exactly, right? So I decided that I didn't want to do anymore. Like I already had lost love for it, but on top of the fact that I had to lie to her every Thursday morning and
Gotcha.
be like,
Right.
Gotcha.
like, oh, daddy
Or
doesn't-
Monday mornings.
No, this is super. Yo,
no. This is no. We're talking about strictly
Right, we're
Wednesdays.
still
Yeah,
talking about
this-
miércoles no
yeah,
se respetan
yeah.
in 2013. You're right.
Super
Right, we're
dope.
not getting personal, Ashley.
We're not
Yeah.
getting personal in today's present day. You're right.
Yeah. So I just kind of was
Bombs
just,
over Baghdad. Boop.
No more liquor for no one.
Wow.
Keep
So
going, Niño.
I just got embarrassed, man. If I don't know, shout out to the girl dads out there. I don't know, when I have my girl, things
And the
change.
boy dads.
And the boy dads too. Just shout out to
The
fathers.
dads in general. The dads who are present regardless of
yeah.
what.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Wait,
I
can I
got-
finish my sentiment though?
I got 2 boys. No,
Right,
there's
which
a
is-
different. No, I don't know what it is to be a father of a daughter. So
You're right.
let him say his
You're right.
piece. I got 2 boys.
So-
they my niggas. Like I don't
Oh
know
my
what
god!
it is to be
Shout out to Jax.
to have a
Jax
princess.
Flow.
Well, again, I was already kind of over it. And I was just embarrassed, man. Like, I have to pick up my daughter all the time and tell her, oh, daddy doesn't feel good. Daddy doesn't feel good. I would probably sleep 2 hours, bring her to school, go home, try to fall asleep. Then I would fall asleep at 12, wake up at 3 to pick her up at school. And I just got embarrassed, bro. I don't know how else to say it, but I was just embarrassed that my daughter had to see me this way. So after doing it for a little bit, I'm like, you know what? I don't want to do this no more. And I had a meeting with my staff. I was like, yo, I'm cutting the night. I'm not doing it no more. Boom. And that just happened. I just stopped it.
Shit.
And I was still doing good. We were still doing numbers, but I wasn't promoting as hard. So like I said, I lost love for it. And I lost love for it. Are we cutting the episode, or we could continue to record?
No, stop it because it's the recording. It had an Excel.
All right. So stop it and start a new one.
I got stories
don't.
for days.
But go ahead.
All right, so we back on?
We're back on. We're back on. Sorry.
All right.
We live, baby.
All right,
We live.
So the reason why I left Wednesdays because my daughter was getting older, and I got embarrassed every Thursday morning when I would pick her up to bring her to school that I would always tell her, daddy's sick, he doesn't feel good. But after a while, my daughter was getting older. She's like, yeah, you're drunk. Yeah, you're drunk. So I got embarrassed, and I just did that for a while. And then after a while, I'm like, okay. Shout out to that truck.
For real.
After a while, I'm like, you know what? I don't
The
want to do
sound
it no
effects
more.
that we
And
finally
you know
needed.
what? You know what?
After-
Just basically me speaking on that. It is true. The kids, as they grow older, they notice things. Because
Of course.
I have 2 stepdaughters, and the smartest one is the small one. It's Anomira, and she's like, "You guys were drinking Hennessy, huh?"
The intuition of
They
kids
already
is,
know.
is no
Like,
joke.
They told the moms like, "Hey, I found a Henny bottle over there. It still has."
Wow.
So they know what we do. So
Yeah.
obviously we can't like fake it. If we go out on Sunday, we
No, you
still
can't.
gotta wake up Monday and keep
Yeah,
going.
and you can only lie so much. After, like I said, she was getting older, so she kind of picked up on it, and I just got embarrassed. I was like, I don't want to do this no more, so I quit. I decided I didn't want to do it anymore.
Last night, and I'm done.
Last night, I did the last event, and which you guys all went, and
Yeah, I was there.
That's it. Boom, that's it.
I
was done.
literally, I remember that shit like yesterday. I left my job. I was like dressed up, shirt, pants, tie, and I'm like, yo, I leave at 6, and that shit starts, and it's gonna take me like an hour and a half to get there, and I'm gonna just shoot straight over, no haircut, no nothing. And I remember being in a group shot, and I'm just like, fuck, I look like shit. But I
Dope
showed up
times.
just because of all the nights and all the venues that I've gone through. I didn't want to, it was like a respect to Los Miércoles, and I know it has to do with you. And I wanted to be there. I wanted to be a part of it. I wanted to be
I appreciate you. Thank you. And all the DJs, a lot of people came
Yeah.
through, and there's a lot of things that night did for me, or did for nightlife. Like we mentioned earlier, that was the first real hookah night in Connecticut.
Yeah.
It was the first night where there was no dance floor; it was just tables. Bottle service, everybody. It was the first night to start playing trap music before Latin trap became hot. Messia. We used to play his music. I wasn't into it, but the DJs, because I booked all DJs from New York, so they would come in with
I think
Yeah,
that's
we know,
what
we-
made.
we
I think
know,
that's
we
what
know,
made
we
Los
know.
Miércoles- So you know what? No, that's what made I think Los Miércoles no se respetan unique.
No, I don't even think it was the New York DJs, because I would say this, and I'll say this to you right now. I don't think I've ever said this to you. I've always said, bro, why doesn't he book more Connecticut DJs? Because I always felt like Connecticut DJs had more pull than New York DJs. But you would bring New York DJs, and it's nothing to say about New York.
It's true.
But there was this, and maybe it had to do with like the groups that I've formed in all these years with the Connecticut DJs, and I've seen what they did like firsthand. And I'm like, damn, yo, this dude don't got a book outside of the state. This is a beautiful thing, like in the center of the Connecticut, right in the center. Like, even if you came from Mass, even if you came from New York, you're driving the same amount.
Shout out to Springfield. Like, I used to get customers from Springfield
Yeah,
all
man.
the time.
Like it was ridiculous.
People come from everywhere.
And I would say,
Stanford.
And I know you booked a lot of New York DJs, and shout out to the New York DJs. Not saying like they didn't do their thing when it came time for them to do their thing, but I would always say,
why didn't I book local DJs?
You build such a beautiful thing in Connecticut, and there's so much talent in Connecticut. And I would say this, and I don't care who's listening. I'm DJ Tito Flow. You like curse at me or whatever, but there's so much talent in Connecticut.
There is.
As apart from any other
There
state,
is.
New York, like
It
Mass,
just goes
anywhere.
unnoticed a lot of times.
I think the first Connecticut DJ I booked in Los Miércoles was Type R.
Yeah,
actually.
Type R.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
he was the second or third night. Tuto got to play there. Stutter's first time there was with Richie. Richie was hosting.
I remember.
When they were both doing radio. So
And you guys even did like Richie, like a plaque and everything for him.
yes, that's towards
Yeah,
the end.
I remember that. That was towards the end.
We'll get to that because I got a funny story about
Yeah.
that, or an embarrassing story, I should say, about that.
Both good.
So so there's a lot
We
of
like
things
it all on the Fat Chat. Espérate. Fat Chat.
Bam, bam, bam.
So there was a lot of things that night did first here. Definitely, like I said, trap, and then when the Brazilian baile funk came in, we were
that was
playing that
big.
first.
That was big.
So we definitely did music wise. We did a lot of things.
Y'all broke
besides-
y'all opened up a lot of doors.
We did, and then like I said, towards the end, I decided to leave it. And one thing that I had a conversation with Stutters, and we were talking about how people in nightlife don't get the flowers that they deserve. So I told him, we should do something for Richie. Richie has been doing parties as long as I have, or maybe even longer, because obviously he's from Connecticut. And I said, we should do something for him. We should honor him one way or another, because I like his trajectory. And he was always more successful as a club promoter than I was, because again, I've always done it alone. I've never had a team. Besides the girls that work for me, I didn't have a team or a whole bunch of boys and friends. And all promoters here always got a team. Their childhood friends, everybody, and me. I've always done it alone, everything alone. So we decided
On his birthday.
it
was on his birthday
It was on his
because
birthday.
I remember, because that was the only way that he was going to be able to get Richie to come out.
Okay.
I remember. I was right there.
All right. So
Yeah.
let me tell you the embarrassing thing about that party. So I ended up buying a plaque. I went all over trying to get it. I got a plaque, the nicest plaque I could find locally. So I got the plaque, right? And the guy gave it to me in a box, but the box was never sealed. So anyway, I'm leaving my house to go to the club, and then I'm trying to lock my door, and the plaque slides out and falls into the floor and gets scratched right before going to the club. And I look at it, I'm like, holy shit, this can't be happening to me. How embarrassing.
Just your luck.
Just my luck. And anyway, I ended
It's
up
all your fault.
all right, so I don't get too deep into it, right? So we ended up giving him the plaque, and I explained to him what happened, and he's like, "Oh, that just makes it more original, it shows that it's whatever." But I'm like, bro, this is embarrassing.
He cried that night, bro.
Huh?
He cried that night.
Did he really?
He cried. Yeah, he
I
cried
don't
that
remember.
night.
Okay. Well, listen, it was an appreciation. Again, it was an appreciation to him for what he's done for nightlife prior to me. Regardless of my accomplishments and what I've done, I deserve that. I thought that he deserved to get a plaque and recognition. And that's
that was dope, because I'll be honest with you, I don't see this shit in Connecticut. I feel like Connecticut is versus Connecticut.
Yes, always.
I never feel like they're united, and then when we do
Absolutely.
unite, it's such a beautiful experience. And this was one of those experiences that I actually got to experience.
Yes.
It was. I mean, it was.
We stopped
something-
the night a couple months after that, right? I think. Right?
Yeah.
It was like three.
It was
three
a-
nights after.
Yeah.
3 nights after
Yeah,
was it?
it was
Okay.
done. Yeah.
Yeah, so
can
thank
I
you.
just
So-
chime in real quick? When it comes to appreciation, there is nothing better. Like monetary value has nothing on appreciation.
Absolutely.
And maybe not only just coming from the fact that we started a podcast and it's maybe small time compared to a lot of podcasts that we listen to and
This is a fucking good podcast.
no, I agree.
is.
But when it comes to numbers, we are considered small size, and when it comes to your all three of your DJs' careers is not small size. So, with that being said, when it comes to appreciation, when it comes to something that you believe in, when it comes to showing love, when it comes to el verdadero apreciación para la gente por lo que hacen, no solamente, no tan solo in a nightlife, but just being the human that you are, you show up week after week after week after week with who you are, what you bring to the table, what you bring to that establishment that you work at. And it's nothing better than, like, 10 years at Vendome. Si Vendome te dice, yo, I don't got an extra $200 for you to give you a little bonus or $1,000 to give you a bonus. Pero te dan una placa. Te dicen, yo, Niño.
Vendome is very good to me. I'm not going to complain.
No, I'm not saying you're complaining. I'm just using it as an example. And it's straight up as an example. And I'm just using small numbers, I'm sure. But I'm just saying, like, si Vendome te da una placa, si Vendome te dice, yo, sin Niño los viernes y los sábados aquí no somos nada. Y nosotros podemos ver, because I could actually see, I've heard about Vendome, I've worked at Vendome a couple nights, and I can say, yo, Vendome is Vendome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Vendome stands with or without Niño, but las noches que tiene Niño son diferentes de lo que tienen otra persona.
Yeah.
So
I try to do something always different, you know. I don't want
right,
to
pero la apreciación, appreciation. Apreciación. Is that the way you say it? Apreciación, appreciation that you would be shown after 10 years of being at Vendome.
Reconocimiento.
Recognition. When it comes to the recognition to anything that any one of us do in the nightlife, weighs more, values a lot more than what it is that we get paid at the end of the night.
Absolutely.
And that is a huge thing. And that was a big thing as to the reason why this podcast was even born, because it's like, okay, I had to learn myself, like I said in episode 1, 2, 3, and 4, that it was hard to even get into the nightlife, trying to be like how I see everybody else when it comes to delivering a bottle, delivering a hookah, making a hookah, serving a drink. Because I even
smiling, dancing,
showing. It's more than just showing up and collecting your fee at the end of the night.
Absolutely,
it's about being who you are.
It's building something.
It's a whole vibe.
It's a whole vibe.
Yeah.
It's what you bring to the table. And yes, you've done it thus far with solely the people that work for you, whether it's, a team, whether you took the flyers out your backpack and continue to move forward and deliver those flyers, or even now, us sharing posts and flyers and things like that on social media. It's a little bit easier now because we have it at our fingertips. But when it comes to appreciation, that is huge when it comes to the nightlife. It's huge when it comes to your significant other. It's huge when it comes to your friends.
But to go off the nightlife, it doesn't happen often.
It doesn't.
And the fact that he did what he did for Richie, which is another promoter, which was what he talked about earlier, was like, yo, Richie was killing it in New Haven and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was
when I was trying to come up.
Yeah, when you were trying to come up, and it was taking my, Waterbury, and still he created something on a Wednesday, and he was still able to set all that. It doesn't even matter about being business at that point. It's a matter of respect and appreciation for someone else.
Shout
who
out to
did
him.
Something amazing.
Besides that, he was one of our original customers. He came to Wednesday since the beginning.
Yes,
and he supported the night.
And we used to come
weeks.
with him.
Yes,
Extreme Entertainment. We used to come in there, bro.
Yes, he came as a customer for many, many years and supported the night. So thank you to him. So
how does
can we regulate when it comes to people supporting other people's nights and being a customer? Like, we get that you're DJs, we get that you're promoters, now everybody shares the task of a promoter, but can we regulate the fact that, okay, you come to a night, we know that you know Niño, but that doesn't mean you pay any less, that doesn't mean that you get better service, that doesn't mean anything, that just means
I don't even think it's
wait, let me finish my sentiment.
Go ahead.
Is a simple fact that if we're serving you, we're going to serve you with the utmost respect, number one. We're going to serve you with what we know how to do hookahs. We're going to serve you with the same prices we give everybody else.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that don't pour back into the nightlife.
I don't think it's like that. I think
there is people who
There's a
don't,
lot
who
of
just
people.
take
there's always
and never put nothing back
There's
in.
always that, but there's people like yeah, fuck, I would love to get in for free, but I pay.
Initially,
because
DJs were all free, by the way.
Oh,
They didn't pay.
Oh, cool.
you gonna
but now the door people
you
gotta
gonna write me
know
a quote?
what
You
kind
gonna
of
write me a
DJ
quote?
you are.
Okay, time out.
Yeah,
Time out.
no,
Are we
think
still
so.
gonna carry that on the Los Miércoles se respetan? I don't
No,
mind
no,
paying,
okay.
but that would be
All
nice.
right, so let me answer his question. Okay,
Yeah.
so Los Miércoles is coming back for one day only.
Okay.
It's not going
that
to
was
be
my next question.
It's not
What's
going to be every
going on?
Wednesday.
Don't release the date yet.
No.
I'm not gonna release the
Release
date.
it if you have it.
No, I do, but
Oh.
I'm not.
Okay.
It's just coming from one night only.
That's it.
It's,
month?
We're gonna
No,
period.
No. One night
Okay.
One night
So
in
we
2021.
we did one night for Cinco de Mayo, which happened to fall on a Wednesday. We did it in Bridgeport. Huge success. It was great. So I'm going to do it one more time to celebrate the 8, 9, 10 years that the night has. I can't remember. Actually, it would be the 9th.
You don't want to have a club. You don't want to do that. You don't want to have a bar. You don't want to have a night. Like,
I don't want to do it. Okay, so my hands are full right now with what I have
Okay,
going on.
fair enough.
I cannot take more work.
Okay,
Because I
I
won't
feel
be
you.
able to produce what I need to. That's why I decline everybody. It was like, oh yeah, you should come over here. Let's do a Wednesday here. Let's do a Thursday. Let's do a Saturday. I'll give you the club. Here are the keys. Do whatever you want. No.
You know what?
I
Because
cannot.
people know that the minute you do have, I'm gonna be at night, this night at club so and so or bar so and so, it's gonna be a success.
I think
they probably will
appreciate
be.
it.
I
They
think
would
what-
be able to pay their bills for a few
so
months
we're just doing one night.
We're doing one night. So if you don't
That's
go,
it?
you're missing out.
Shit.
for 2021. You're
For
missing out.
2021.
That's
Pues,
what's up, bro.
yo quiero una mesa, 10 personas.
Okay. I got you.
Ya estamos.
And guess
y
what? I know
mínimo
you're a
3 botellas.
DJ, and I know you're gonna
And
be
you
at
get in
that
for
night.
you get in for free.
Wait.
No, everybody's gonna pay. Those days are done.
Wait, let's not even based on the pandemic. The simple fact that at the end of the day, when he's the one that has to pay all of his employees, aka two of us are sitting here, when he has to pay his employees, he has to go back and be like, oh, okay, I let 10 DJs in for free on an industry that was started on an industry night, but then we have to figure out, okay, did anybody pay back? Everybody wants miércoles no se respetan to come back, pero nadie quiere pagar.
Bueno.
Yeah.
Let's
No.
be
That
real.
happens,
That's
Esto
like
es de la
bullshit
manera.
right
This is
now.
the way that I always see it.
Vamos a
And I
hablar claro.
understand, and I understand where you're coming from.
I'm
Vamos a
not,
hablar
listen,
claro.
I don't want to dwell on that. Like, I don't want to have a huge conversation about that. But for many years, I did let the DJs, especially the ones that I knew. Some guys I didn't know.
Of course.
But, you know,
Me.
they didn't pay to get in, and it's okay. It doesn't matter. It was, you know, it was just what I was doing. It was an industry night. It to me, does not hurt. It doesn't bother me at all one bit. But things change, you know. So we're going to have this one-time
Absolutely.
event. Everybody that's going to go
Who's
go and
DJing?
go pay. I'm not going to release that yet.
Okay.
But
It's
You'll see
fat.
the
It's
fly-
fat. Fat's on the.
Nah.
Yes, Fat's
It's-
on DJ.
Y'all see
I
the
got it.
flyer?
Yeah,
Nah.
buddy.
The flyer will
No.
be floating around.
Okay.
You'll see
sometime.
when the
Yeah.
flyers
We
are
can
ready.
play the guessing game. It's stutters.
I wish I had.
you can guess all
it's
you want, but
starters.
you're going to be surprised.
I
Okay.
guarantee
Well-
Stutter's gonna have at least an hour set.
Regardless of that, super
I'm just
appreciation to
Right.
Thanks.
Lo Miércoles. It was something revolutionary. It was something beautiful,
times.
and I'm happy that you're at least coming back with another one.
Yes.
And I hope this turns to another one and another one. Not saying that it is, and that's okay.
Nah.
And that's okay,
Nah.
and that's okay. But I do hope because it was
It was unique.
it was such a monumental moment in Connecticut. It was
Thank
it was super dope for all these. You
I
DJ
think-
Fridays, you DJ Saturdays. You see the customers, and these are customers. We don't really get to see the DJs and the promoters and the bottle girls and the hookah girls all chilling in one spot
Yeah.
at
This
the
definitely
same
was a night
time when
for that.
everybody's working. So it was it just is a beautiful idea, and it's a beautiful thing, and I'm happy that you're
Thank
at
you.
least bringing it back one more time.
For one night,
And
I,
let me
I
know.
hope you guys can definitely come.
No,
to
I
it.
would definitely.
It's a
Just let
one-time-
me know.
we're
I would
going.
definitely be there.
And let me just, there's other things that I wanted to mention. She was talking about appreciation and all that, about people paying at the door and
Paying for
stuff
the
like that.
services, yeah.
Let me just say that whenever I visit anybody's club ever, I've never asked for a discount. I always pay my way to get in. I pay what I need to pay.
And I
don't ever
co-signed
ask
that. For my
because-
birthday, you came out and you paid for everything that you ordered.
Exactly. So-
Hookahs,
because
drinks,
I
everything.
think, right, this is the thing. You have different people working for you, right? So for you to get at the door and start crying about paying $10 at the door, for example,
Oh,
and then
bullshit.
having to call me and I have to leave what I'm doing to come get you, it's just a hassle. So I pay. So when you come to a party, just pay the same. That's it.
No, that's
no
it.
more,
No,
no less, just pay.
It's
That's
a
it.
respect
It's
to
a
the game.
respect.
It's a respect to the game, bro.
Right.
Exactly.
Like this, even when I started the nightlife, and I started promoting, and I realized the promoting is the money. Even though I was DJing my nights, but I had a partner, my brother, that was here, Alex.
Shout out to Alex, the mixologist.
That ran a night. It was the same thing. It was like, yo, bro, like, you're my best friend, and you're my family, and you should be the first one in line, and you should be the
pay.
first one paying.
Exactly.
Without question, you should be supporting the business that we're building, because we do have employees that we got to pay, and we do have people that we got to pay.
Yeah.
And this is, at the end of the day, it's a fucking business. I know we're drinking and we're having a good time, and the
Los
music is
DJs
great.
son muy llorones.
No,
Muy llorones.
it is.
You know what?
It is a lot, bro.
Que si
But-
que. We're not even gonna drop
But-
names.
but
But
at-
I got a list.
You know what?
Yeah,
Can I
but
talk?
at the
Can I
end of the
talk?
day, is
I
that-
haven't talked.
Go ahead, yeah.
I haven't talked.
Tú estás calladito.
Wait,
Right.
wait. Not only has DJ Fat not spoken, but he also hasn't had a rant. And we all know every episode
we
got
haven't
a
got-
rant.
We
I
haven't
haven't
got
gotten that yet, and I still got one.